let's go ahead and get ready to watch some Southeast Asia. This is the first tournament that we can see on the new patch. Let's go ahead and look at how the tournament meta is shaping up to be. My God, this music video was so cool. You'll remember the music video when it first announced. That thing got so many views, like 30 million. How many views does that music video have now? All right, best players to pay attention to, as far as I know. Terry is the player that has done the most tournaments I've seen. Oh, Murray's actually a caster. If you like if you like me, you should cheer on for him. Is BBB playing in this as well? I can't tell. Stay Alive, recognize him from last time. The Twitch chat 888888888. Hey, is that our boys casting? I like this setup. Who's the favorite? Let's go ahead and look at our the lineups though. I'm not as familiar with this region. Is Jazz Latte playing in this one as well? It's hard for me to read traditional Mandarin names. I have to actually like take time to read it as well. But they don't have like a page, a tournament page. Actually, maybe their scores. Was there YouTube chat? Game over. Okay. I don't know if they had a scores command. They didn't have a scores command. Unfortunate. Ooh, someone has the Sona skin. I mean, I had the Lee Sin skin, so I'm done buying skins for a long time. This time we're on the new patch? Yes. I was told that this was on the new patch. Yo, my average placement went from 4.5 to 2.9 after watching your 80 flex videos. Wow, 2.9. My God. I got the score spreadsheet. Oh, yes, please. Link it to me if you have it. It timed it out just to prevent the link spam, but okay, thank you. Oh, Black Big Big is competing in this. All right, so I hid the scores, so you guys actually hard to show it on this. But we got some pretty good names in here. Black Big Big is one of the plays that I know. I've seen a handful of these other names as well, like Terry and Stay Alive, etc., etc. I need to like take time to translate some of these names because I remember there's some players who have like Owo as well that did well in other tournaments. I don't know how to like read their other characters though. Right, thank you. You are the reverse Soju. You guys know that if Soju ends up being good, that means Ladder ends up being good because everyone just copies him. Like he teaches the server how to be better. What's the TPC Open? It's Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau. Like SEA, but like without Vietnam, without Korea, Japan. It's just their official circuit for like that region. You guys know Clement? The guy that posts a lot of Twitter guides, like Clement Chu on Twitter or on X. It's his region. He's like one of the most informative people that's currently on Twitter. I can actually show you his Twitter guides. But he's the caster for that region, so he like leaks all the tech from this guy. Clement Chu TFT PCS English Mandarin caster, and he puts like all these guides on like how to do stuff on Twitter, like Karthus damage randomization. Here's like the comp list of this. Here's like the tier list, things on etc. etc. He posts like a lot of guides, like a lot of guides. It's his region. TPC means the path to champion, yes. Most GM in Challenger copies dish soap. That is true. Dish soap, because dish soap is easier to copy than Setsuko. KDA spat. So this is a spatula portal. Everyone opens with the spatula. I wonder if anybody's gonna play Punk. It kind of depends on like whether or not they open up with glove, right? He also sits in on their in-houses and gets lots of creative perspective. Ooh, someone did slam a Punk. Okay, this is how you know, right? This is how you know. You were like, is it on the current patch? It's like, well, no one out here slamming Punk emblem on last patch. Setsuko also has no VODs. I mean, he does have some VODs. But you know, Setsuko doesn't upload his Twitter highlight, or he doesn't upload his game highlights for one reason. And that reason is he's too lazy. And I was like, oh, this guy's name Heartsteel emblem. And I was like, man, I'm really glad Setsuko doesn't upload his YouTube VODs, because then the best way to watch Setsuko is through my channel. I was like, you know what? I'm down to do Setsuko VODs like once every other week, once a patch. If this guy doesn't do it his YouTube, then I can just farm his YouTube content. So Setsuko's like, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Should I be doing YouTube? And I'm like, you know what, man? If it's not worth your time, don't worry about it. I mean, I do tell him, like, hey, if you actually like want to do YouTube, you should do it. And he's like, nah, I'm too lazy. I'm like, all right, works for me. Do you miss Hearthstone? I miss what Hearthstone used to be more than I miss Hearthstone itself. Because whenever I say I miss Hearthstone, I watch anyone's Hearthstone stream. The Hearthstone streamers I watch these days are like Savitz and like Ali. And every now and then I tune into Fino's stream, and it's just like, it does not look like they're having fun. Everything's like a OT, like Hearthstone has turned into straight up Yu-Gi-Oh right now. I actually don't really like the way Hearthstone has plays out anymore. It just looks, it doesn't even feel like a real card game to me anymore. But that's not to say Hearthstone isn't good and fun. If you enjoy Hearthstone, good for you. It's just like I don't like the version it's become. I do miss what Hearthstone used to do though, or used to be, and used to feel like. 2 honor rolls. Honor rolls really good for Punk. Stim Pack, Young, Wild, and Free. Actually, Young, Wild, and Free makes a lot of sense for a 2-1 pick, because if it's a portal where it gives you a spatula start, you can go for a second spatula, and go for a big vertical. It's kind of unfortunate he got the Executioner Twitch, because he didn't get Punk, so he can't get 6 Punk easily, but he can play this for a while. You can also just play Executioner Punk. Especially since if he's contested Punk, it's going to be kind of awkward. Pentakill emblem. Ooh, Rageblade Kale? Hold on, we might get a Kale reroll. Kale reroll. I could see it. Because you don't really want Rageblade on cards. I mean, you can, but it's not that good. You could do Rageblade Kale into Karthus, but we have a natural Kale too. So if you find Headliner Kale, we're only 3 off. Is Hearthstone dead? No, not by any means. Hearthstone's still very much alive. Player base is active, but the community is not really. I don't know. It's very fractured at this point. The state of the Hearthstone community is a bunch of people just log on to play, stream, and then that's about it. People don't really do events. There's no events anymore. If it's an event, it's an online tournament, and they're all remote. I think only the French scene has ever tried to do anything IRL in the past few years. No BlizzCon really. Like there's just nothing going on anymore. Everyone's just isolated and like streamers don't collab and no one's really trying to do anything anymore. So the Hearthstone scene is like the Hearthstone community feels dead. They even took out Fireside Gatherings. There's like not even a reason to do anything local anymore. But like that doesn't mean content isn't plentiful, and it doesn't mean that like people aren't watching and playing the game. There's a lot of people who still play Hearthstone, millions probably. Raynad's text-to-speech streams were the hardest I've ever laughed in my life. I mean, that was just peak Twitch to a lot of people. Raynad was a true forerunner, and he made sure everyone knew it. The great thing about Raynad was that he innovated a lot. But the even better thing about Raynad is that he made sure to take credit for it at every step along the way. We have 2 people who slammed Heartsteel. 5 Heartsteel stim pack. My god. What happened to the really good Hearthstone players? Yeah, I mean, most of them just grew up. If you guys think about it, Hearthstone came out over 10 years ago. It came out in 2013 in the beta, and then 2014 officially launched. Like, it's just been a long time. A lot of people, a lot changes in like 10 years. and it's like you don't have to, just because it was a great game doesn't mean it has to live forever. Nothing lasts forever. I'll always cherish the times that we had in Hearthstone. I also learned a lot from Hearthstone. Like, people always ask me like, would you ever want to go back to it? It's like, it's not like going back. It's more like applying what I learned. TFT is like the chance that for me to actually like do things the way I wish I did it in Hearthstone. Oh, Crane, what's up, man? Crane's an old competitor in Hearthstone as well. Are games like Hearthstone or lore sustainable long term? Oh yeah, absolutely. We look at Magic the Gathering. Somehow they're still suckering people to spend infinite money. Like, why do you think they started doing 12 expansions a year? You think I'm exaggerating when I say like 12, but it's actually pretty close to it. They're like, man, people love spoiler season. What if we just had spoiler season every day? Okay, maybe it's not like 12. It's like 9, right? Something like that. 9 to 10. They have standard. They got secret lair. They got. I mean, they did a modern set. They do all kinds of like random stuff too. Heartthrobs. This is the Hearthstone player. Heartthrobs. Amazing. Oh, this is the Owo guy. I recognize his name. Xiaoshong. Small bear. Is that how you translate it? Small panda? No. I actually don't know. I think it's bear. My Chinese is not very good. I love Commander. If you guys really like Magic Gathering Commander, you should check out Brian Kibler's Commander at Home series. It's like my favorite Magic content these days. If you guys remember Spellslingers, which was a series that Day 9 used to do a long time ago, it's basically like Brian Kibler's version of it, and he has really good guests. All kinds of people from like Magic fans to other game like Ben Brode is a regular guest on it. He gets voice actors, just cool people from gaming and esports or just like fandom in general. It's him and Olivia hosting. Raise the stakes, baby. 5 Heartsteel. My favorite episode is when he plays this deck of Dragon, and he summons Dragon turn 1. If you guys don't know, Dragon is like getting a 2-star Kiana on stage 2. It's just like this guy. It is unreal how strong this guy is, and he somehow doesn't win. I mean, spoiler alert. Actually, I probably shouldn't say it, but it's really funny. Crown guarded. I mean, what kind of spot do you have to be to take crown guarded on 3-2? That doesn't sound very good. Also, double IE. Oh, so he's going for country? Double Infinity Edge? Are you addicted to card games too? I mean, not really. I'm like, I mean, I in the sense that like I love playing card games, but addicted is like kind of a strong word. I really like competitive games in general, and Hearthstone. I loved what Hearthstone was becoming back in the day, where it was like a great entryway into a really great genre that I never got to explore. Part of the reason why I loved Hearthstone so much was growing up, I didn't get to play many card games because it was prohibitively expensive. All my friends were playing things like Magic back in the day, and I couldn't afford it because one, my parents wouldn't like. I was like 10, and two, my parents wouldn't like let me have Magic because it was of the devil, because it's like, magic and sorcery. They're like, no, it's witchcraft. Ugh. Okay, support cache. Some really interesting setups here because of this because of the spats. Oh, we got Randuin. That's kind of awkward. It's kind of awkward because like you want to have a Mumu get the resistances, but you don't want him clump with your backline. This ends up being like really, really awkward. We can make a emo spat. Emo spat's actually very, very good on Karthus. You can also put it on like Thresh if you want it on your Guardian. Personally, I like it on some other 5 costs like Zig Sona. Games like TFT and Hearthstone were the most pre-data collection era. Obviously here to stay and it's fine, but definitely more fun for me without those resources. Yeah. I think some people agree with you there. Man, you have like stone play, but then you crowd around like this. I mean, the great thing that I like about TFT is how free it is as well. That was another thing of reason why I liked Hearthstone so much, because I was grinding the free to play aspect of it. Contrary to popular belief, I actually didn't spend a lot of money on Hearthstone back in the day. And when by the time I was starting to spend money on Hearthstone, they started giving me like free expansion packs every set. Yu-Gi-Oh was the devil sauce. I mean, it is Egyptians gods, right? So like if you come from like Catholicism or any kind of like Judeo-Christian background, it's like directly it's like exactly what people what the like the Bible preaches against, stuff like that. I mean, in reality, I should have done what Tutu did, which is like just proxy, which is just print out all the cards. Print out all the cards and just play them. Like, who cares? Who cares if you have the real cards? Just proxy. Have you looked at any of the new Hearthstone stuff? Every time I do, I watch it, and there's just like, it's the same thing, which is like, this meta would be perfect if these like cards didn't exist. The last time I really tried playing Constructed was when Renethal came out, and I just and it was like all right. It was all right. I don't know. It was all right. Didn't they change the headliner buy-sell tactic? Just heard about this. Yeah, they did. They did. Apparently, you can't buy and sell headliners anymore, and there's no impact. But apparently, there's another bug where you could still see back-to-back same traits. So let's say you skip. Let's say this was a Mosher Urgot. You could roll a Mosher set next turn. Oh, the TFT model, I'm not entirely sure if it works for card games. I mean, that's what everyone's arguing about Legends of Runeterra, right? There's a faction of people who say Legends of Runeterra was too free, too generous, and then other people are like, that's not the problem at all. Heartsteel set? Wait a second. He slammed double IE, and he's going into Heartsteel set. Oh, because he wants to play dual carry. So he has 2 IEs, so he wants to play, like, Ezreal and Caitlyn, or Ezreal Zed with 2 IEs. Interesting. People say the headliner like rules are like dumb, but at the same time, like now we have a patch where there is no bad luck protection for that kind of stuff, and doesn't like do people feel like that's a bad thing? I'm like somewhat okay with them keeping it as it is. As in, if I skip a big shot MF, I want to be able to get a big shot Ezreal. I wouldn't mind that being the case, but I understand that there is maybe the bad luck protection is what happened for like yesterday. I don't know if you guys remember, but there's yesterday I rolled like 60 gold in one game, and Ezreal's completely uncontested. I couldn't hit it at all, and I wonder if that was a game that if I were to analyze it turn by turn was like that's an instance I probably wanted bad luck protection because there's a pretty significant chance I might have rolled like a bunch of bad outcomes because I didn't have bad luck protection. Who knows? But I was kind of flabbergasted by that game. I was just like literally like, what? I can't believe I missed that hard. So I'm not entirely sure. Chose is currently broken, not applying the proper rules. Fixed in 14.3. All right, good to know. Okay, 55 HP with heart throbs, 5 heart steal. Like, isn't the heart steal just like going to win the game? This feels like way too much stuff. Double IE Caitlyn. Okay, but the problem is you're playing a Caitlyn too, and she's not exactly reliable. We barely killed anything. Okay, we killed 1 unit. We killed 1 unit. And we just lost by like 1 million units. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. No anti-heal. Okay, cash out is a tome. Is double IE like the new thing? Is double IE Ezreal like this? Am I missing something here? Do these guys know something I don't? Remember when they added backlog protection to regular units at the beginning of set 4? I don't, actually. Set 4 was a blur. All I remember was set 4 ended up becoming like 3-star 4 cost and keepers and executioners and then reroll. You know what's really funny? I'm pretty sure history repeated itself. I think this set is basically the same as set 4. Really cool designed units. And the meta has generally been always like 1 or 2 4 costs that have been particularly outstanding, and then a bunch of reroll. And then legendaries. If you guys don't remember, the common reroll stuff was like Duelist Yasuo, and you hit Yone, so you capped out really hard. And that's kind of like reroll Yasuo, and you cap out on Kiana, kind of something like that. And then there was like Executioners, Kale, and then there was like Enlightened. Like Enlightened had a time where it was OP, or Dusk was OP for a time, and that's kind of like Disco and Karth is Akali and so on and so forth. And it's just like and it ends up being the case where balance was kind of hard to like perfectly achieve. So it'd be like basically 2 or 3 4 cost comps that were really good. A bunch of reroll, and then just legendaries. Like legendaries was like really good all the time because you would play like Yone. Yone was like an insane 5 cost back then, or Azir and Set, like all these crazy 5 costs. That's actually kind of where we're at right now, isn't it? We're like at a point where Heartsteel gives you access to those 5 costs. If you can play them, you're insane. A bunch of reroll, or you play like the 2 4 cost comps that are good. We even have Alawi, which is kind of a 1-to-1 to Azir, but like a different version. Azir was a AD backliner that gave you the tentacles, and now Azir or now Alawi just is a frontline melee tank for that. So it's very similar, actually. I don't think it's a bad thing. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm just more observing about like how the meta has actually developed from a macro perspective. Okay, honor roll 6 punk is not looking too hot. This lobby caps so high. It is reroll KO. Oh, double Rage Blade. You know, I played triple Rage Blade KO, and I just want to let you guys know it's not very good. I played triple Rage Blade KO just to see if it was awesome. And it was funny, but she got stuck on a 2-star tank late game. It was not very good. I still won the game, but it wasn't because of triple Rage Blade KO. Are they playing the current patch? Yeah. Dude, you're telling me they're playing reroll KO on the last patch and there's no disco players? Any of the Bard gameplay? You missed yesterday, man. Yesterday we had Bard. For sure. Yesterday we had a lot of Bard, so that's on you for missing it. In Taiwan, Hong Kong, Macau server, a famous high elo player calculated that double IE on Ezreal would have the highest expected damage value, so everyone spams it. Oh. Let me go ahead and actually look at that then. Let me see the math. Is that true? Let me go ahead and explore this. Ezreal. I mean, I understand that they're doing damage calculations, which is different. Let's go ahead and look at it. So Ezreal, let's just go ahead and just put 3 items on him. And you go Infinity Edge. Infinity Edge. 4.05. And then what would be the third item? Blue buff? GS? Huh. Compare that to like blue buff. I'm just comparing just 1 to 1. And obviously it's context dependent, but I'm just going to go ahead and put like blue buff, red buff. And IE. Yeah, it is. It does technically perform a little bit better than the other composition, the other builds that people say. Okay. Double IE Ezreal. That is some tech. So the idea is to get him to the crit threshold and then just like add a third item that amplifies the damage. So blue buff GS sounds good. I can see it. Oh. I mean, I personally don't think that highly of the blue buff, red buff builds because I just think you lack damage. It feels horrible because of the 0 attack speed. I can see that. Basically, Deathblade needs a buff. Deathblade is actually not a bad item. It's just that this set, there's a lot of traits that give you AD. Big Shot gives you AD. KDA gives you AD. Punk gives you AD. There's a lot of traits that just gives you flat stats. So Deathblade is just like a little bit awkward. Same thing with Deathcap, quite frankly, but I don't know if they want to give the Deathcap treatment to Deathblade where they give you bonus damage because AD interacts a lot differently than AP because AD is every single time you auto, you attack. And that's different than every time you cast. Need to set win these? Okay, probably not. I think he just lacks the DPS. Brink of Dawn, Akali. 246? This guy's still playing 5 Heartsteel. 6 Guardian, 4 Executioner. This doesn't look very strong. He's stuck on Vex 1. Looks like he was contested on Vex. Wait, this is so unfortunate because he ended up playing the Spatula for a Tactician's Crown and then end up just losing and not... He's playing Vex 1 carry in stage 5. That can't be good enough. Also, he's playing everything in Randuin's and he's just going to get Ezreal ulted down the middle. Is Ezreal about to bowl a big time strike? Oh, he only has blue buff Morello. I wonder if double IE ends up translating well to Caitlyn at the same time. Like maybe double IE... Okay. We're losing to Vex 1. Wasn't that a little too close? If this was Vex 2, this person would have lost by like a lot. I can't believe that he got that much mileage off of Vex 1. DB already has bonus damage? Wait, what? Oh, it does. 8% bonus damage. What? How did I missed that completely. Oh. Well, I guess you don't want 20%. Oh, today I learned. I forgot that Deathblade gives you 8% bonus damage. Oh. Good call. In that case, maybe Deathblade does need a buff. If they gave it bonus damage and it still underperforms, oh man. Do you think Zed's a bit too strong? Yeah, I think so. Punk Aphelios. Shojin Jinx, 2-item Jinx. I mean, this looks like he just got stuck on 2 items. He's stuck on terrible items. If he bought 4s, I mean, he looks like he's going to, but it's because he just didn't. He doesn't have items. He has 1.5 items on Jinx. Shojin is not a real item on Jinx. So my next TFT Academy video where I talk about comps, I talk about Jinx and Punk because it's a common comp that people are going to be playing. And like one of the big things that people do is that they play from a spot where they don't have Jinx items. And it's like everything else lines up nicely. They have good augments. They have a lot of Jinxes. But if they don't have good Jinx items and are not preserving a lot of HP, you just go bot 4 like so often. Can I play Jinx if I don't have Shojin? Yes. Jinx, Shojin Jinx is not that important, guys. You want bow items. You want Last Whisper, Runins, Rageblade, GS. Like you want bow items on Jinx. Maybe a Deathblade. You can definitely play Jinx if you don't have Shojin. 100%. He got screwed because he had too many. I think he had like 3 tiers dropped or something like that. He had like Vow, Shojin, or something. That's not ideal. 2-item Ezreal. Okay, what's going on? Does everyone in Taiwan play binary airdrop? 2-item Ezreal? I mean, it's not. It's just that his items have been also kind of awkward. Top 5. Wait, this there's 2 people. There's Wanna Sleep Owo. There's Owo Xiaoxiong, and then there's Cute Sup Ovo B. I didn't realize that Owo is so big in this region, man. Everyone just has maybe it's like their version of XDD. Everything is Owo or Uwu. What's Biscarthus? There was a thread put out by Clement about the changes. Biscarthus depends on what setup you have. Depends on if you have a pentakill setup. It's different than how you have executioner setup. And so it changes. Another way to think about it, a way you can think about it is the more executioners you have, the more AP you already have. So you just want him to cast. Because he converts crit into AP. So he already has base AP if you have more executioners, so you can just get him to cast more often. In that setup, you probably want like Shojin and Adaptive or something like that. And then otherwise, with Pentakill, you can just play him like kind of standard, quite frankly. You can just give him like Shojin. JG is important if you don't have Executioner whatsoever. Because you want to give him the crit. Things like that. Ooh. Okay, living. So we have Pentakill, Karthus. Like this setup's perfectly fine. It almost looks like nothing has functionally changed about Karthus, but he has 4 Executioner. So it looks like he didn't have the ability to make more mana items. But now he has all this crit that converts to AP. So he's in a much better spot. Kale reroll on top. Kale reroll on top. Oh, this guy actually has binary. There you go. He figured it out. 2 items on the carry. Zephyr on blue buff Jhin. That is so big. That slows down his ramp like crazy. Oh my gosh. That might be a Zephyr diff. Jhin still isn't done with his first round of violins. Alright, I mean, we lose this fight. This fight went as optimally as we could have asked for. Alright, well, I guess this comp just beats us. Alright, well, I guess Owo just wins. Man, This remember this guy got a free round because someone was playing Vex 1. If he ended up like losing that round, maybe he would have died, and then he wouldn't be like the difference between like 7th and 1st with this composition is so thin. The margins are so thin. Nash's Tooth is good on Karthus. It's fine. It's not like it's not the best item, but it's an acceptable item. It's a way you can get mana on him with no tears. 50-50. Missed. Ezreal has worse than slot. This guy carried Caitlyn till the end of the game. Carried Caitlyn till the end of the game. Heartthrobs. You have to cash out 117. Oh, it's so close. No. Oh my god. Wait, living. Okay. Okay, that was very close. It's his units actually griefed and just like were perfect ult range for the Ezreal. And he's about to cash it again. I think he missed his window. That was the one turn he could have won the game. I think OO wins now. Kale got outscaled. I mean, that's one way to put it. He also has Jewel Lotus 3. Holy moly. Jewel Lotus 3 double IE. That's a lot of crit. Edge of Night is not particularly really useful. Okay, he puts it on Alawi. Sometimes you don't even really want it on your frontliner because then they just drop the aggression. Okay, this guy didn't move his backline at all, and he Zephyred the Bard. Wanna sleep OO versus OO Xiaoxiong. Kale 3. Got Shiv on Kale, which is like Wisp because she already shreds for herself. You know if Akali, True Damage, and KDA share the same champ pool? Yeah, they should. There's not 20 copies of Akali. If there's 20 copies of Akali, then I've been low rolling really, really hard. All right, first game in the books. Okay, so what did we learn? We learned that Kale reroll feels actually kind of real. And also Heartsteel Emblem Slam on Spatula Portal is really nuts. And also the Punk start was not very good because he had no items on Jinx. I think a lot of people try to play Jinx from pretty awkward spots. Why? Not at all. Oh, they got TPC branded pillows. Awesome. Sniper, ooh. This is the OO lobby. OO, Xiaoxiong, sleep OO, sub OO. Me, I'm cheering for Dicky. Another OO. Maybe it's a clan. Maybe it's a clan. Yeah, Surgeon Jinx is not very good. What does RD mean when Bebe... Wait, sorry, when the players were typing? I'm not sure. Sorry, I saw a bunch of Bebe. I don't know. Yeah, they're playing on current patch. Is Kale only real in tournament setting when everyone's playing for top 4? Oh, I mean, it depends. Like, I don't think it's like you force Kale every single game, but I think Kale is firmly an A tier. What's the spot to play Kale? Usually when you have like early Kales and like Rageblade components, because you want to have Rageblade. So if you slam Rageblade, it's something you can do for like Jinx and then like play it like early Punk into a Kale. You can do something like that. Because Jinx can hold the Rage Blade very well early game, and then you Rage Blade to KO. The portal is higher tier champions per stage. Okay, it's champion delivery. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the text. Let's see, portal, champion delivery. Thank you very much for that portal information. All right, so we got champion delivery, which means it's going to be a higher econ situation, and also people can play for cap boards pretty well because you get 5 costs really often. So if you're playing like a reroll composition that's dependent on capping out with the legendary, like I said, Yasuo with Kiana, it's a lot better on this portal. Also, if you're like playing like Heartsteel, Ezreal, you can also like rely on like maybe hitting any of the legendaries like a Lucian or a Alawi or something like that. Metalheads. Oh, is he thinking about it? Metalheads? Oh, lucky streak. Opening up disco. What do you think about Eve reroll? I don't think very hard. I think she's kind of bad. Actually, she just falls off even earlier than other 1 costs. You want your 1 costs to scale into like the end of stage 3, beginning of stage 4, and then transition to a secondary carry as well to have like, you know, like you have Annie be really dominant until stage 4. You have Jinx and Punk that's able to like dominate until stage 4. Same thing with Yasuo. Evelyn drops off at like the early half of stage 3. She's not very reliable once people start like stabilizing around mid stage 3. She's fine as an item holder though. I think she's underrated as an item holder. Oh, this guy plays Scapegoat, and this the target dummy is like the last unit to die, so no gold. Unfortunate. When's the next TFT tournament? For which region? You can go for Evelyn 3 if you're like chasing Katarina 3, but I don't... Even that, I don't even really think that's something you really want to go for. That's escort quest? Oh. Oh, wait, how do you... Is there an easy... you probably just recognize it better than I do. That's Jazz Baby. So we're gonna see some Bard gameplay. There's one dude who always asks about Bard. There's a coin bottom left. I can see that. Who you like to jazz spat if you get that jazz? Echo? Probably. So you can start scaling Echo's tankiness. I think I go Echo and then Nico and then maybe Kaisa as the third option. And assuming you have like items on everybody else. I missed the Bard reroll meta. Do you guys really? Jazz was like... The thing about the Jazz board is you roll for the same board every time. There was almost no like variation to the way you played it. I know that people like to roll their eyes at like Yasuo or not Yasuo, Yone and even Yasuo, but like at least those boards have some fluidity to like how you actually can build your mid and late game boards. That's Jazz Baby is literally the same exact 7 units every single time, like without fail. It's like the exact same board every single time. I mean, it's a fun comp to play. I was just saying that like, if for variety purposes, it's not particularly really exciting. But it's fun to play a scaling carry. Like having Bard like shoot like 10 dudes is fun. What comps are doing well? I mean, this is game 2, so far we've seen Heartsteel win and KO got second. Pentakill got top 3 as well. Okay, we have That's Jazz, Vampirism, Buried Treasures. You have my bow. Escort Quest. Magnetic, or not Magnetic Streak. Lucky Streak and Portal Forge and Trace Vector. I like playing, I actually like playing Lucky Streak and just playing around Disco early and transition into anyone else I can play like that AP line. I don't even mind playing Lucky Streak on into Spellweavers. I think Ahri is a little bit underplayed right now in the current meta. If I were to like pick something, I think that's underplayed. A lot of people are focusing so hard on Karthakali and a lot of people are focusing on Karthakali and Ezreal. I looked at EU West today. I'm trying to wake up every day and spectate about an hour worth of games at high elo, and I just spectate like 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there, watch the end of a game there. I'm trying to make use of spectator mode, and Sacred Norris plays like a ton of Spellweavers. It's like Ahri Lulu is like the core of his game plan, and if he's not playing that, it's usually because he's playing like Ezreal. He's like number 2 EU West. So I would say that if you're like looking for like a way to play to climb, and you're like trying to like play meta but not like slightly off meta, I would say probably play a bunch of Spellweavers right now. If you're trying to make a push to the next like division, Diamond, Masters, GM. 5 country in stage 2, not bad. Not bad at all. Sniper's Focus with a Shojin. That's actually Karthus items. Karthus is actually quite good with Sniper's Focus because he often is targeting backline units. Another good Sniper's Focus uses Ezreal, but with Shojin's kind of awkward. Go-to stream in EU is Sologo Song. Solo is my favorite EU streamer. I watch a decent amount of other EU, but Solo is the one I watch the most of. Do you think Gnar reroll is legit? The thing about Gnar reroll is he's like Jinx, except he has a more awkward phase. What I mean by that is that like you win everything and then all of a sudden you stop doing anything. But now Karthus is a lot more legit, so I could see Gnar reroll being good, and you just play Karthus. It's just funny because it's almost like if you share a trait with Karthus in any way, you can just play Karthus. On top of that, Karthus being really good does unlock more builds in the metagame. Olaf is a lot more reliable because of Karthus. Kale is a lot more reliable if you end up playing around Karthus. And it's also Viego too, by the way. Viego is also really nutty. These 4 costs are fantastic secondary carries for your primary reroll. Okay, we got some gold here. Shojin with headliner Annie. I would love to see him play Lulu here. Oh, never mind. He has 5 Annies. Or, sorry. He has 5 Annies on bench. 3 Annies on the field, so he's going for Annie 3. Annie reroll. So you want the... Oh. Okay. Nice. Restart Annie. He's playing Shojin emo Annie though, which is a lot worse than blue buff. You could always pop it off. I've seen people do weird stuff like Shojin Annie and blue buff, and then super fan and pop those items off and put Shojin onto a secondary carry, stuff like that. Because you're always playing super fan in this comp anyways, until the very, very late stages of the game where you want to take it out probably, but even then it's kind of hard to do so. Quick question. When you play Punk, are you supposed to 3-star everything? Oh, it's actually a good question. I actually covered that in my next YouTube video. The answer is no. You're not supposed to. I can show you a little preview of what I did. I actually leveled it up this time. So we do punk. I'll show you guys after this augment screen. Jewelers 3 in general stock is really high. Just adds so much combat power to things like Ezreal now that he has so much base damage. I don't mind Buried Treasures 3 either if you're kind of play Heartsteel because it just gives you so many different items. Oh, oh, is he playing Yone? That actually could make sense. Actually, I don't know what he's trying to play here. Because IE is really open-ended. You could play a bunch of different things. Freaky Friday. Freaky Friday's day is actually really good, isn't it? That sounds really, really good. Alright, so the next video is Jinx. And here is it. You don't need to 3-star every punk. Only Jinx is crucial. And we cover all of this different stuff. So this is the next video. Boom. Oops. Yone Riven seems very mid this patch. Need to high roll so hard. Depends on who you ask. Some people think it's like really good still. The cap of it is very strong. I put it in my top comps video that came out today, and I'm glad that I included it. Originally, I will say I didn't include it because I wasn't sure if it was like worthy of like being in the S tier. But enough people play it, and it can do very well still if you have the setup for it. I think the difference was that last patch you used to almost be able to play it no matter what. Like you would just be like, okay, a sword and a Cassante, it's a Yone game. Like that's what people used to be able to do last patch. Or they were like, oh, I have a Corki and like a cloak. It's a Riven game. You know what I mean? Like that's what people used to play last patch. And that's different than this patch where just like you have to be a little bit more thoughtful about how you set it up. Because they're weaker now and more contested. For super fan. That's Jazz, baby. I think this patch is actually so balanced. I think the patch is like almost close to being ideal for where set 10 wants to be. I think Disco, they over-nerfed Disco. I mean, that one's pretty obvious. I think Pentakill needs to get taken down a notch. I actually think that I actually have a little bit of a different opinion than most people. I think Viego needs to get nerfed a little bit more than Akali, or like Karthus probably could get nerfed too, but I don't know if you want to nerf both Viego and Karthus. But Viego also nerfs like some of these other like melee reroll comps that also can feel like a little bit too oppressive and strong. I think Viego's like a little too good. He is fun though because he just dives in, AoEs, heals himself back up, and he's also item flexible because of how powerful he is. Maybe it's okay for Viego to be kind of OP. It's just that like this, but the thing that makes Viego so frustrating is also because of how big of a spike Viego 1 and Viego 2 is. Viego 2 is like so good. And then Viego 1's like, he's alright, you know? And then you hit Viego 2 and this guy just turns into a monster. And so, because of how important he is to so many different comps, you play him in Karthus, you play him in Edgelord, you play him in straight up Pentakill. You can also play him in 80 flex, like on the roll down. It's just like it gets a little crazy. But I could see him nerfing that. And also, I think they could tune down Heartsteel a little bit more, but I think that's just the case with every cash out mechanic. Every cash out mechanic in TFT has historically been too strong or just like not worth it. And I think they'd rather it be a little too strong because it just makes the game more fun. Man, this Samir board got online. Twin Terror, Vex 3, and Stage 3.
You didn't see that, right? No way he saw that.
I just realized we have Vex 3 and Stage 3. Did it, man. Thank you. Zed. Oh, Zed is OP as well, for sure. Zed and Viego get hit. Both hit, I think. Both can take a little bit of a touch. What's the best pentakill version? Pentakill Viego, and you hit 7 pentakill, and you just play Yorick 2, Viego 2, Karthus 2, and that could be good enough. But a lot of times you play Akali. If you get all 4 of those units itemized, you will win the game. If you get all those 7 pentakill units itemized, you win. You just have too many carries. All of them just do too much in tandem. You have Karthus and Akali can clean up everything in the back. Viego also threatens any clump. And also Yorick becomes like a super tank slash shredder slash damage dealer. So he just like does everything. It just kind of crazy. And then they all have bonus damage that just keeps scaling. It's just nuts. And then you just add in whatever legendary that like makes sense. Also, if you hit like Edgelord Viego, you can also play like Kayn. You don't even have to play like 7 pentakill. Man, Akali 2, Karthus 2, F4. What? This lobby is actually so strong. This lobby is actually insane. Everyone's hitting. Everyone's hitting. Except for the guy at 25 HP. Does not seem like he's hitting. Did Razor Stakes make Hearthstone OP? I think Hearthstone was already OP, and then they just gave it more options. Even before Razor Stakes, I think most people agreed Hearthstone was too good. It's because you can still get the Thief's Gloves and the other cash outs, stuff like that. May I ask a quick question about the Bebe stuff? Oh. Depends. I don't want the stream to get derailed by Bebe controversy. Unless you meant baby stuff, like my incoming child, and that's the case, yeah. Caitlyn deserves a buff. It's almost embarrassing to play her in GM+. I mean, Caitlyn just won the previous game. Double IE Caitlyn in the AD Flex setup. Soju, when he climbed to 1500 in one sitting, played Caitlyn in a good portion of his games. Now I know the counterpoint to that is, well, he's playing Heartsteel. You could win with anything playing Heartsteel. You're not wrong. But Caitlyn being better, if they just straight up buff Caitlyn, that would just make the Heartsteel line even better, which is just another way to think about it. Like Caitlyn would, if Caitlyn was better now, that means that Heartsteel line is even more insane. And that means that there's even more tools that they have at their disposal to like clean it up. So when Bebe says regarding the riot layoff of 530 people, cost down is good, profit up is good, does he mean 530 people getting fired is a good thing? I don't know exactly. I have to read it. And also, I think this Bebe controversy stuff, it could be that some people are misunderstanding it, but like even so, I think like it's not really the time to talk about it. It's not really the time to talk about it. Like, it's a very hard time for people in general. Some people are like, you shouldn't even feel bad for them. They got good severance packages. It's like, okay, that is completely devoid of any empathy, like, whatsoever. If it's like, well, it's not so bad because, like, you got paid, like, a generous severance package. Like, that's not the point. Like, many of those people would trade in... You know what they would trade that severance package for? A job. Like, the job that they wanted. And like it's not easy and here's the other problem. It's not easy to get hired for another job. It's like it's not about like whether or not they deserve it. It's just like this is basic empathy 101. And it's not even like bootlicking or whatever. It's like, oh wow, like you're such a sucker for the company. It's like, no, man, just like it's actually like human decency. Like people who are actually just saying that are either one, just straight up sociopaths, or two, people who like don't have friends who have jobs. Maybe they're people who are like independent workers and like, or like people who like never had a job. Like it's just like it's like that kind of category of people. It's just it blows my mind some of the lack of empathy that people have. Okay, Annie 3. Remove. Oh, he's gonna put these on Sona. Nice. They're children. I mean, some of them are grown ass adults, but they act like children. But I guess that's like especially now more than ever. Like whatever your biological age is not indicative of like your maturity level. Myself included, actually. I pretend like I'm this like gamer that's sophisticated in his 30s, but in reality, I'm like a 17-year-old kid that wants to just play video games all day. That Sona, by the way, takes the Annie board to the next level. Any Spellweaver board, if you're playing, whether you're playing Annie, you're playing Seraphine, you're playing Lulu reroll, or Ari, like any Spellweaver whatsoever, Sona capture board, so good. Sona's still good. Yeah, I think what people are saying, like the patch is pretty balanced. Like it is, I guess, as much as like we can balance it around headliners. There's a lot of volatility still to things, but like it's pretty balanced. There's a lot of imbalances within the game, like gold openers, Heartsteel openers, the disparity between people who have like the haves versus the have-nots. But like in terms of the macro POV of like what you can play in the game and find success with, yeah, it's pretty balanced. Like TF and Disco is the only outlier really right now. But like every legendary is situationally like extremely good. And all the forecasts have their roles. Most traits are playable. Not every trait you can win with. But like there's also augments that unlock a lot of that stuff. So like it's not like all of them are useless. Game is balanced. How come every time I look at Discord they are bitch? It's because they're looking for other things that are imbalanced. Like there's too many imbalances to talk about. Like TFT has so many different ways you can be imbalanced. You can be imbalanced in the compositions, in the units, the traits, the items, the augments, the openers, the carousels. Like there's so many different things that can be imbalanced. And what happens is most people are caught up on the macro imbalance of the game. And right now, what everyone is focused on is the micro imbalances of the game. And so like that's when people say the game is never balanced, like they're kind of right, because it's almost impossible to balance like all these different things. But also my hot take is I don't even think that the game is that good if it even is balanced. Because when the game is like so balanced, I don't even think is that you might even argue it's not even that fun. Isn't Kate super fake? Caitlyn's actually not that bad. She gets a bad rap, but like she's more playable than like look, it's more playable than people think. I'm pretty sure that Caitlyn is like bottom like a B minus, C plus, and D tier is exclusive for Disco. D is for Disco. That's it. And then she's probably like C plus. Honestly, I don't know if gold openers being removed from TFT is a good thing. They can just make it less. Like, why not just make it 11 instead of 12 and not have it every game be so similar? Yeah, exactly. C is for Caitlyn. Yeah. C is for Caitlyn. D is for Disco. Well said. Well said. Like this is fine. She's fine. She's doing fine. I know it's like Ezreal and Heartsteel, but like it's like you can still click her. She's contributing. She's not doing 0 damage. She's fine. She's fine. Not amazing though. Not amazing. Twin Terror Vex 3. This person hit in stage 3. Is this Bismumu? What the heck? Is this best in slot of Mumu? Disco is bad, yeah. It's very weak. Well, someone's playing Disco in this lobby. He's in danger of going bot 4. And he loses again really badly. Ooh. So he's going to go to 9 and all in. 8 HP. That's not good. Disco's going to go bot 4 with that setup where he hits Ziggs and TF2. Will you ever play her intentionally, like walk in a 2-1 and say, bet I am playing Caitlyn? Maybe if I load in with a 8-bit emblem. But probably not. Probably not. She could stand to be a little bit better, but like I said, if she is better, that means that Hearthstone becomes even more OP. Because then you, like in the vacuum, obviously you had to nerf Hearthstone a little bit more. But I'm just saying. Even maybe if I load in with 2-star kit. No, actually, you're wrong, Bryce. Because I picked starter kit. I picked starter kit and I legit sold my Caitlyn for to make 10 gold. And then I got second that game. I took starter kit and I sold Caitlyn. And I topped to that game by selling Caitlyn for 10 gold. Man, this is the sauce. When I talked about 2-star Yorick, 2-star Caitlyn, or 2-star Kali, 2-star Karthus, and he has a 2-star Viego, this is how you win the game. This is the pentakill setup. You just literally click all the brown units, and then you just give them items. Disco went hard 6th. Lucky, he went lucky streak into like a really good setup, uncontested Disco, solid 6th. If someone's wondering what patch we're on, hopefully that answers your question. The first mistake is picking starter kit. I mean, I was just trying to have fun, man. Milk, I have 2 1-star kid and 2 1-stars. Well, sounds like you need a roll. You have the econ for it, man. This Bryce guy randomly dropping a fat stack for people who don't have PCs. I hope Biri loads in and like has 1,000 FPS. For people who don't know, Biri is a player who got screwed and disconnected from KDA Cup, and then as a result was like took an 8th place, and it was like that was probably the difference between whether or not she could make a certain cutoff. Apparently she plays on mobile for most of her grind, and when she does play on her laptop, it's like 20 FPS, not even joking. So I hope she loads in with like 1,000 FPS. What do you think starter kit Ezreal averages? Oh, I don't even know. Probably like it probably averages actually like a 4.1, but it's probably got like a 19 to 20% win rate, you know? Its average placement is probably not high because, believe it or not, there are some people who load in with 2-1 Heartsteel and they get 5 Heartsteel in stage 3 and they just go bot. They just go like bot 2. They go 7th or 8th. There are people like that who exist. And if you need an example, just watch my stream yesterday. That's exactly what happened. I loaded with 2-1 Heartsteel. I got stage 3, 5 Heartsteel. I perfect loss on stage 3. I lost by 1 or 2 units every single fight. I have 50 HP going to my stage 4 roll down and like 70 gold rolled. Didn't see a single Ezreal. I only hit like Karthus, and I could, in hindsight, I could have played around Karthus. To be fair, I had 2 rods, so I could have played around Karthus. But I said I looked around, 4-way contest for pentakill, 4-way contest for pentakill. So I said, and only one person had an Ezreal 1. I said, okay, resell, roll down, missed, win 8th. I just win 8th. That's what happened. So it happened. It's all good. Sometimes games like that happen. What rank is she playing from? She got like top 15 challenger from phone. It's pretty impressive, isn't it? She got in via snapshots, like the same snapshots that Setsuko and Disho did. We're playing 3 country with a Tom Kench 1. Surely we can play a better. Surely a second Amumu is better than the country. Maybe maybe the 15% attack speed is worth on the whole team. Especially because we're playing Twin Terror. I feel like a second Amumu is better. I don't know. I get the feeling. I don't feel like the horse is worth. And I was born in 1990, the year of the horse. You know I'm serious, man. 4 big shots. You know what I don't like about this cutscene is that Kaisa is dancing with no emotion. She's just staring at you, like just wide-eyed, no emotion whatsoever. So soulless. Put some feel into it. Or maybe she's supposed to be some stark reminder of like the idol fandom, how empty they are actually inside. Millions of fans, but you're like under control of some record label, and you're not allowed to have like any private life, and also you're not like allowed to even date, because even the prospect of dating is like ruins your value or something like that. It's pretty fucked up. Does this Twin Terror board actually win? Aware, yeah. It's okay, I didn't mean to get that real. Twin Terror country, but it's actually more executioners. Also, you have a random punk emblem on a Vex too. So it's like a little bit of country and punk. Country emblem? Alright, well. That was a good game. What did the 7 pentakill guy get? A pentakill emblem? You know what I would love? I would love it if in these scenarios the guy spawns with a country emblem on the other side, and the other pentakill player spawns with the pentakill emblem on the other side. So both players have to decide whether or not they want to go for their own or they want to grief the other guy. I would love that. No other choices. No, you can't go for like a single component. You can't go for a full item somewhere else. Just that, and it's just a game of chicken. Like, do you go to get what's good for you, or do you grief the other guy? I would love that. Yeah, what up, Noster? Is 4 emo ever good? Yeah, 4 emo is actually very good if you play around Vex in particular. Faster Vex casts is good. For sure. Don't you always go for yourself? Huh, you'd be surprised, man. For some people, it's not about winning the game, it's about making sure their opponent doesn't win the game. Like, they don't even care about their own placements as long as the other guy does worse. 7 pentakill. This Edge of Night Viego is really clutch versus the Executioner's Vex. Harmist's 3 is so good too for like this kind of matchup where you might actually need the sustain. This is the escort quest board. He's still stuck on a Mumu too. Big Karthus cast. Viego's dead. Yorick casts again. Big Ghoul comes out. And now Karthus. Karthus doesn't have enough mana. Ooh. Oh. Wait, are we live? We're living. We're living. How do we actually beat this board? Is it positioning? Viego died way faster. What do we think about dropping KD and Superfan? It is a lot of HP and stats that we drop, but we're playing level 10 and we're playing 1-star Lilia. Like surely we can build like a better board. And we just put a third item on Karthus. Like maybe instead we play, I don't know, something that's not Lilia 1. Yeah, Viego didn't do anything. Locking for Poppy is kind of sus. Did he end up playing Poppy on the board? I didn't even see Poppy. Oh, you're talking about this player. Yeah, Mumu 3 moves the needle a lot more than Poppy. Okay, well that's huge. Second Mumu is also really big too. Hold on a second. I want to play oh, he's playing 4 emo. Guardian's really It's not easy actually. It's not easy what do you actually take out. My instinct says the 4 Executioner is too important. Is he playing 2 of another unit that he's playing 2 Samiras, 2 Vexes? Nah, okay, never mind. He wins by a million units this time. Alright. Twin Terror Executioners. Still really good. Country off? I mean, he has a country emblem on. So the unit you would take out is Thresh 2. But you're taking out a Thresh 2? Not really. Thresh 2 locks down the Viego. It can lock down the Akali. It can lock down the Yorick. That CC is really valuable. There's like an element of the Executioner comp that focuses on CC chaining. You have Thresh, you have Vex cast, then Thresh cast, and that means that and then a Mumu cast, and then you have like the second Vex cast. If it doesn't have mana, then you have like, you know what I mean? It just kind of chain. And like that Thresh kind of plays like an integral role in like chain stunning, especially now that you have reduced CC. Last patch it was egregious. Last patch it was just like the 2 Vexes and a Mumu was good enough to just keep going forever. But now the Thresh kind of plays like an integral role as well. This is Clement. If you guys love his Twitter content, you should go subscribe. He's the dude that drops guides on the daily. They're showing League of Legends. Wait, what is this? The Graves dying to the tower? I don't know. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and fast forward. Yeah, that's him. That's him. Frodan, who's a CN player that you like more recently? Which one? Chu-Chi? I like Chu-Chi a lot. We would watch China LCQ, but they're playing on the previous patch. And if you want to know why, it's because they saw what happened with EU and the players complained so loud that China said, "Okay, we're not going to do that. We're going to play on previous patches. No new patch tournaments." And I was like, "Man, that makes me kind of sad. I don't want to like no one wants to watch the China tournaments anymore because they're playing on 14.1. It's 3 disco players per lobby." I'm sad. I get that makes it better for like the players potentially who like want to prepare and stuff like that, but I'm a little sad, man. I wanted to watch it. He went 8-6, 8-8-8. Well, that's not good. I guess he's out of the tournament, I suppose. The tournament we played in EU was so bad. Yeah, I guess, but I personally like new patches. I don't know. That's just me. Why is the quality of the game so blurry? I mean, I'm streaming it on 1060p, 1080 60p. It's just whatever they streamed it on. The biggest argument I could see for patch is because you want to play a new patch because of bugs. Like if Headliner broke or if there was a game-breaking bug, I can understand not wanting to play on the patch. That part is justified. If there's straight up like astral toggling, that would be like one thing I could totally understand. But I think tournaments are supposed to be exciting. There's a sweet spot. I think obviously you don't want it to be like a day after the patch. That's like way too extreme. But I would love it if it was like 4 or 5 days afterwards. You know what? They should just change their patch cycle for TFT only. What do you guys think? They changed the patch cycle to release the patches on Monday. Give everybody the whole like 4 to 5 days and then tournament. They can't because of the league. Yeah, I know. People say if people are like, we want our own TFT client. Oh, Diamond Hands versus Gold. I think I like Diamond Hands better than Gold Collector these days. Gold Collector is like still pretty good though. Diamond Hands. Oh, if he wants, he can go Hull Crusher on Olaf. If he wants to go for some memes. But Diamond Hands is just generically better. You guys saw what happened with Legends of Runeterra, right? Do you guys think that TFT would be anywhere near as popular if we didn't have the League client? And I still think that's the case. I think that TFT's popularity would drop significantly if it wasn't in the League client. Like, significantly. We would gain things like better patch key and stuff like that, but I think the game would suffer a lot for it. Double Titans? Oh, it's a super fan item. Is this escort quest or scapegoat? You know, I love the art team of TFT, but augment art lately has just been a little bit too muddy for me. Escort quest, that's escort quest. I mean, you can always tell if it works, but all right. For anybody wondering, this is the difference. This is the difference. One has like a V and one has like a swoosh. That's how you can tell. Someone's like, you can tell because of the gold coin in the bottom right. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. Maybe you need glasses? Well, I already got eye surgery, man. I did everything I could. I literally had glasses, and I had a professional like surgically improve my eyes, and I still can't tell. And you're still gonna victim blame here? You're still gonna just put the onus on me? Skill issue? You're not wrong, actually. Okay, we have Gambler's Bay is actually not bad on Jinx, by the way. I think her better item is still Gold Collector, if I recall correctly. Jinx, 3 item, 3-star. Let's see. Not that you like often try to say like, oh, I'm going to play Gambler's Blade into Jinx 3, but you can. It's just like an acceptable item on her. Yeah, Gold Collector is like way better on her. Good. But yeah, just wanted to make sure I have that in my memory banks. That one's more for me. Get another eye surgery. What? I can't. They literally cut open my eye. Okay, if you guys are squeamish, maybe don't listen to this part, but they literally cut open my eye and implanted a contact lens, a permanent contact lens into my eye. It's called ICL. LASIK is for casuals. I actually went 1 layer deeper. And you know what? Here's the crazy thing. I was awake during that. I literally watched them cut my eye open. It was one of the most trippy experiences I've ever experienced. I didn't even know colors like that existed. It was some of the most wild experiences of my life, I think, visually. It was unreal. So yeah, you're saying like get eye surgery again? I don't know if I could emotionally handle that. That was that was something else. And here's the extra cherry on top. They do 1 eye, and then for I think it was 2 weeks or a week and a half, something like that, they do the other eye. So I had to do it twice. I had 1 eye that I basically had to like patch or whatever. And then I had to wait and do it again. So it wasn't like, I'm committed at that point. So like you go through it and then you have to do it again. They don't do it both eyes at the same time. Okay, anyways, that's you can unmute. That was my eye surgery experience. Diamond hands on a Kennen Edge of Nights. This Yasuo reroll, he's not leveling. It looks like it. He only has 3 Yasuos. I really don't like Yasuo reroll when you don't have like 5 Yasuos at least by like early stage 2. I usually just item hold him. He also didn't slam like another item on Yasuo. His items are a little bit awkward. I guess he could go BT. I play BT Yasuo sometimes for tempo. Oh no, he has 6 Yasuos. What am I talking about? My bad. I thought he only had 3. Man, my eyes really don't work. Can you blink? Oh no, you don't really blink. They keep your eye open. They basically water your eyes. Like they have one person putting like stuff in your eyes so you don't feel like you need to blink. And then they just cut. They just keep going. They have one guy dripping, like doing eye drops like Corky, like this Corky bombs. They're just doing eye drops, and they have the other guy doing Yasuo slices. This was my surgery in a nutshell: Corky and then Yasuo. Also, this guy is playing 3 Corky ones. He's got Trickster's Glass and he's got Corky. How long did it take? It was actually pretty quick. What is TPC? It's Taiwan, Hong Kong region. All right, BT Kennen. BT Deathblade Trickster's Glass. Pretty open-ended in terms of what he wants to play. He could re-roll. But I'm pretty sure that you just play like some kind of like that's like really good setup for like Viego or something like that. Not entirely sure actually. Deathblade BT. It doesn't inherently make you think of a certain comp because even the reroll comps that want like a BT like a Riven or a Yone don't really care that much about Deathblade. This guy's going for Evelyn 3? Oh no, he's just rolling extra 1 cost. And Yasuo. Okay. Does he want to go for 3 item Yasuo? I mean, he does. So in these instances, I actually don't mind slamming Bloodthirster and then putting it on Yasuo and then Superfan popping off the item later. Because you can hold on to Kennen for a long time, and you can always just like try to find like a Nico or something later on, and I just play it so you get Yasuo stacks early, so your Yasuo is strong. Like playing 1.5 item Yasuo is like kind of sus. If you check the stats, Trickster's Glass is Giga Nuts on all Punk units. I can see that. I don't know if his spot was Trickster's Glass Punk though. He was playing it on Corky. I don't remember. Radiant item. Oh god. Reforge into. Oh no! Oh, it's so bad. Oh god. Oh god. Oh my. He is going 9th. Oh my god. Dude, that is terrible. Okay, what are the odds that he ended up hitting a really good item in general? He had... How many slots do you get? You get 5 options? How many craftable items are there? Someone had to do the math on that of like what are the odds for him to hit, and then reforging is pretty bad because you have if you do the reforge, you have so many ways that it can go wrong, and that's one of many. Like if that was Radiant Death Cap, that also would have been bad. If it was like Radiant like Shiv, that would have been bad. Like there's just a lot of different things that could have been bad. So it's like it wasn't even likely that he was gonna hit. If anything, I don't know. That's like I feel like Radiant Relics in that spot is questionable, but we'll see. You risked that over Travis? Yeah, exactly. Like I feel like that was a questionable choice. I feel like that was like way too aggressive. Oh, I thought this was the same Yasuo. Different Yasuo player. Different Yasuo player. This guy has idealism with Jewel Lotus. That seems great. The Jewel Lotus gives your Hodge the ability to crit. Or not your Hodge, but like gives your unit the ability to crit and you have extra crit through Hodge. Good combination. Oh, we're back in the lobby with Cute Sup Ovo B and Terry. Tiniest Titan. Overwhelming Force. Armistice 3. 2 Radiant items. Job done. I like that username. He wanted the IE Hodge combo. Yeah, but the thing about it is Tyr can only make Hodge on Yasuo. I don't mind putting Sword on Yasuo because you could turn that sword into a multitude of things. Infinity Edge, Edge of Night, even a Giant Slayer. Whoa, level 6. Oh, big time transition. He's rolling at 6. He's going for Katarina? He's holding Katarina pair. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's really, it's really aggressive. Okay, Katarina 2. We just got 6-0'd. Ouch. I feel like we need to roll more. We like rolled only like we only rolled like 3 times, right? How many rolls was that? Like 3? We leveled. We leveled and then rolled once, stopped, or no, rolled twice, 3 times, and then we stopped. So we rolled 3 times and then stopped. Okay, and he rolled afterwards, but like I feel like you kind of want to stabilize a little bit more. Your HP total is like kind of important. Getting 6-0 is not very good. Can we add this emote? Raptor, these things cost points, you know? They're channel redemption. This guy's abusing his mod status. I need someone to drop a 25. I need someone to drop 25 stacks in chat, or else someone gets banned. Okay. All right, well, two people dropped it. Thank you. I'm pretty sure Mr. Frodan reads YouTube chat as well. Don't worry, guys. No, I don't. No, I don't. If I'm allowed to, I might show mixed chat. I might do the Doug tech. You guys know what Doug does? He's actually a friend from Hearthstone. He actually has YouTube chat, Twitch chat, and Discord chat up all at the same time, and all of them just take turns. They're just all flaming each other. Everyone just types Twitch, like YouTube chat, Keck W, and someone says, and then the YouTube chat is like, I hate Twitch chat, and then Discord is just posting a bunch of random inappropriate gifs. That's just what it is. Do you know if you have 2 X-Shiv on a unit, does the proc hit all the same units? I think it's just random. Ezreal. Rich get richer. Tiniest Titans. 5 Heartsteel. I mean, is there any reason to believe that this guy isn't just going to win the game? Gold Collector Ezreal with IE blue buff. How good is that? I feel like Gold Collector kind of wants some base AD, but he has Big Shot Ezreal. So let's see. Ezreal. IE. Blue buff. Gold Collector. Yeah, it's actually surprising. Let me see. Let me add a little bit more. It's surprisingly mid. It's actually not even that good. I mean, it's okay. It's good. It's solid. It's just surprisingly mid. Woohoojins is even weirder. It's just mainly Discord chat. Yeah. It's and Woohoojin has such a big Discord server that it's also attracted a lot of bots. I joined Woohoojin's Discord server and I might have to leave because the amount of people, the amount of like random graphic artists that message me on Discord, hey, can I ask you a question real quick? Or they just randomly cold add me as a friend is like, I just get like so many every day. The graphic artist DM from Discord. Contagion seems pretty solid here for if he wants to go triple combats. Salvage bin is always a desperation on 4-2. You're like usually doing that if you like need something specific. Interesting. It's also a decent backup. He went with salvage bin. Okay, that must mean he felt like he needed it. He hit Katarina 3, by the way. 6 Mosher Poppy. 100 HP streaking. No submit to the pit or anything like that. And this guy's playing Scapegoat. What the heck? Is he just playing Mosher tempo? He's 100 HP. What the heck? He's just playing Urgot 2 and Poppy 2. The comp. He also has a Superfan. That's why Frodan never answers my Discord messages. He thinks I'm a bot. I mean, unless you're messaging me from a new account every 4 hours, I don't think it's you, man. Sets 2. Gotta take that in. Sona. I'm always wary about Sona in these kinds of situations because it feels like you think she should be able to pop off, but it's always dicey if your rest of your board's 1-star. It's 1-star everything and 2-star Poppy. Everything is 1-starred. Oh, this is kind of looking like my fast 8s. 1-star Ari. Okay, it doesn't matter. This person's board, this Terry's board is not good enough. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. If we can hit some upgrades, I think this board has some real potential. Salvage bin, Radiant Relics, Healing Orbs. Okay. Spatula, open spatula on the Z for anybody who wants it. Poppy's been underrated from the beginning, yes. I think Poppy is very good. I don't even think that she's like, it's not even a secret anymore. I think everyone knows Poppy is very strong. It's just that like, I think it's because Poppy is not a popular champion in general. I feel like people just don't feel like Poppy is cool. Like, who's like a cool champion? Like Zed, Yasuo, right? Kaisa. Oh my god. Wow. But Poppy is like, eh. She's got like a shield and a hammer. That's about it. Zed isn't cool in TFT. What are you talking about? Zed is actually, there's a reason why he keeps coming back, man. Zed's the only way you can, like, TFT is the only way you can play Zed these days. Isn't he like perma-banned in solo queue? If you want to play Zed, you play TFT. How are you supposed to play Zed any other way? He's like he's the highest ban rate in League of Legends. Are you a caster from Hearthstone? Oh, that's a really common misconception. I'm a former caster from Hearthstone. I don't cast Hearthstone anymore. Poppy isn't a ninja or an e-girl, so the average TFT player doesn't like. Is that really what it boils down to? Ninjas and e-girls? Is that what sells in TFT? Dante's likes Poppy. I mean, Dante's likes any fictional character with hair and limbs. Like, that doesn't surprise me. Some people of us have standards. Akali's a ninja and an e-girl. True. True. Manazine, i.e. Deathblade Ezreal. Is Manazine good on Ezreal? Let me see. Let me see. Manazine. You know what's something that's trippy? How come people get crazy about mispronouncing Mosher, but then you have people like Mortdog who's like Mana on everything? Even if that's like the correct way to say it, like who says it? Who calls it Mana? Anyways, Manazane is it's pretty decent on Israel. It's okay. It's a negative delta. It's actually just as good as Sniper's Focus. Oh wow, I did not know that. Comparatively, it's actually just as good as Sniper's Focus, and it's like better than Blue Buff in terms of performance. So if you like Blue Buff, then you should like Manazane, and it kind of makes sense because Manazane also gives you AD, right? 15 AD, 15 attack speed, 10 ability power, 15 mana. First time cast, gain 120 mana. Yeah, I can see that. American take. I mean, I'm American, so it's not even insulting. Like, you think saying like American X or American take or classic American is insulting, but like, joke's on you. I've been reading social media for years now, and I'm totally desensitized to that. If there's anything that we have perfected in American culture, it's shamelessness. So you think you're trying to embarrass us, but like, we're actually impervious to it at this point. We've been grinding that shit since we were born. You say mana? No, people say mana. Mana is a word from Maori, and they pronounce it like Mortdog. I mean, I have no doubt that Mortdog's probably saying it the technically correct way. It's our passive. Yeah, exactly. Just wait till we ult. Our ult is like hedge fund meets rich get richer. It's really great. Very effective. Oh man, we went 8th. I think that executioner board was very good. Saying American take is the worst thing a Euro can do. Yes, Americans make fun of America all the time. As soon as the Euro says something, we're all patriots. I mean, maybe. I feel like patriotism these days is not nearly as strong as it used to be. But my parents are big. Like, they love America. It's probably because they come from. My parents were born like right after the war, World War II, and so they grew up in like a really war-torn environment. And so coming to America was like paradise for them. So they still love America like a lot. Shojin Ezreal is actually... Raging Shojin Ezreal is pretty good because he gets 10 mana. Oh my god. Katarina. Archangel's Katarina. Is Archangel's even better than second Hodge? Oh wait, he has Idealism and Jeweled Lotus 3. Interesting. What portal is this? Alright, does that help? I get to see a 10 spell weaver game. I don't think I've ever seen a 10 spell weaver game. Guys, that's not an open invitation to ask me the same question. It was to answer the question, not to spawn more of them. Oh, man. Trickster's Glass on a Kiana. Can you explain why Zed is broken? He does a ton of damage, and they like basically nerfed a bunch of other units, and we have further optimized Zed. Like the thing about it is that these champions start at a baseline level, and let's just theoretically say that they all just start like just arbitrary, like at my eyebrows, and then as things go up and down, things that don't really get touched actually get usually like more optimized, so the chances are they actually get a little bit better. And we found out better setups for Zed, better itemization, and more like how to properly use him. And he just didn't really get touched, while everything else gets like, you know, eventually buffed and then nerfed, over buffed, over nerfed, things like that. The reality is Zed has always kind of been good. Same thing as like Poppy has kind of been good for like a long time. It's just that people didn't really know how to unlock his potential, and he's just under the radar. Another way of saying it is people just don't complain about him. He looks solid in the data. People don't complain about him, so like he's just, yeah. And people still don't even complain about him. Everyone's just like, Zed's really good, but guess what? Everyone's complaining about this patch. Ezreal, Karthus, and like, you know, whatever else reroll is like flavor of the week. Like no one is still no one's complaining about Zed. Like even right now, man. And this is like the most OP Zed has been all set. Like maybe like 10 people are like, and my mod is one of them. Double BT on the Viego. Double Karthus on the bench. Oh, he's going for Karthus 3? 5 Pentakill, 4 Superfan. Was this was the Mosher player, right? He went 6 Mosher into Pentakill. That's kind of cool. I didn't see that line. He went 6 Mosher into Fast 9, transition to Pentakill. Is that what happened? He played Superfan 6 Mosher and then went to 9 and transitioned to Pentakill. It's like a variation of Ari Warriors, except it's like Karthus Warriors, sort of. Karthus Warriors. I mean, that's actually kind of what the comp is, if you think about it. Karthus plus melee carries, aka it's Viego and Akali, but in this case, you actually can go for something else, like a Poppy. Soju has commented that Zed is broken in stage 5 because no one has their board cap, but falls off hard in stage 6. Maybe it's due to that. That's also true. Zed also does tend to run into more issues later in the game, but he can still close out games. Zed is really good stage 4 and stage 5, and then stage 6 he tends to fall off. That is true. That is true. Karthus could be garbage, and I would still complain about him, but Zed is OP, and I don't care because he's cool. All right, at least you admit it. At least you admit it. Hey, the Yasuo 3... Wait! The Yasuo 3 player who missed on the Radiant Relics, who's down or Prismatic. My top 4. If this is not a ringing endorsement for Yasuo, then I don't know what is. He's literally down to Prismatic. He wins? Oh, nope, he does not. Oh my god, so close. Okay, 5th is not bad. All things considering, 5th is not bad. That it could have been so much worse, man. It could have been so much worse. You think Zed also needs more of a setup in situations? Not really, actually. Part of what makes Zed actually kind of good is he's plug and play. You can play him in the KDA setup, you can play him in the Ezreal setup, you can play him in EDM setup. I think a very underrated like comp to play is just straight up 5 EDM Zed. Like not necessarily like trying to reroll Lux or anything or Jax or whatever. Like you just play 5 EDM Zed plus like a secondary damage source. That makes sense. And I think that's just like that's like solid. I don't know if it wins a lot of lobbies, but it can definitely top 4 a decent amount. I think people sleep on that aspect of it. The reason why it's a little bit hard to pull off is because you kind of need to hit exactly EDMZ, and you don't really have like. It's like hard to get back into that and play for it, but if you do have the setup for it, it's actually kind of good. There's another chat. Yeah, I stream to Twitch and YouTube. It's funny. It's funny because I feel like some people legitimately don't even know that I stream on Twitch, which is pretty fascinating to me. For people who don't know, TFT is primarily streamed on Twitch. There's not many YouTube streamers for TFT until now. Until now. Yeah, who uses Twitch nowadays? I don't know. Oh, 6 Viegos, 5 Karthus. Okay, we sold to Karthus. Oh no, Karthus 3! I mean, he made York too, that makes sense. Sold the Viego as well, so he can move the items. He had an item remover. He still has item remover, but he's at 10 HP. I may have liked... Oh my god, the York's trapped in the back. Oh my god, and the York got stunned. He got stunned by Kiana. This York hasn't done anything for 12 seconds into the fight. If we lose, it's because of that. Oh no. Oh no, do we lose this fight? I think we lose this fight. Oh, that feels so bad. Oh, at least he got second. He got second. He got second. You stream on YouTube? Yeah. Focus on YouTube. I do a lot of stuff on YouTube now. Guys, I have like multiple channels now on YouTube. I'm cranking out the content. Speaking of which, I dropped the comps video on YouTube for anybody that wants information. If you come to the, I get people who ask every day, like I'm kind of lost in this patch. Where should I start? I put the tech on YouTube today, and we got some more stuff coming. All right, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. I'll be back in 1 minute.
AP 加强过，还是可以赌，但呢，最后还是新刚成功吃鸡哦。那也是我们今天看过至少第8场的新之刚吃鸡哦，所以版本解答大家知道了吗？我们等下广告过后马上回来。
All right, we back. All right, sorry about that. Can't wait for more people to realize that RDS is way better. What's RDS? All right. I always watch Frodan on YouTube. I can only watch streams Saturdays. All right. I appreciate anybody that tunes in for any piece of my content ever. You guys are all awesome. Katarina's crazy. Do you see the clip? Wait, which clip? Which clip? Also, which portal is this? Okay, I don't know, man. To be fair, I can't read Chinese. So I'm not. How am I supposed to know? Prismatic Symphony, man. Thank you. Prismatic Symphony. I'm starting to practice my Chinese again. Every day I load up Baidu and I try to read one article a day, and it takes me like an entire hour. It's supposed to take like 10 minutes, but it takes me like an hour. I'm trying to do that every day. Just I recommitted myself to try to like learn, and it's very hard for me because the problem is that there's a lot of like offhand ways to like say the same ideas, and so like my Chinese is like I need to know, I need it to be said like exactly one way, but like for example in English you could say something is cool in like 100 different ways, but the thing is I only know how to say it in one way. And so that's like the hardest part about Chinese to me right now. At the point I'm at the juncture where I'm trying to learn multiple ways to say like different concepts. Okay, in Chinese, someone just wrote "ta" equals "ta" in Mandarin, which is that's actually a multi-layered meme. Wow, we're going international with this one. You're someone Chinese. So my parents grew up in Taiwan, but my family's from China. Like, cause they moved to Taiwan, but they that's where they were raised. Ooh, Prismatic Symphony with March of Progress. Love me March of Progress. March of Progress, I would say March of Progress feels like way better now than previous patches. March of Progress felt like at the very beginning of the set, you only played country and like jacks. Now it's like you play a bunch of stuff. You could roll countries, executioners, you could play Yone Riven, you could play Seraphine or Lulu. You can play Lux. There's like so many different things you can reroll now. And I think that's where ultimately the balance is really good. I put that in quotation marks because that's only one aspect of balance. But March of Progress has many options now. Many options. You can even do MF Jazz. I think it's also underrated right now. MF Jazz is back to being like kind of like pretty solid. So just kind of depends. I mean, basically just pull up like all the 3 costs. Like just straight up like go to the team builder and you look at all the 3 costs. A Mumu, yeah, you can roll for that. You're never gonna get Echo 3, but you can try it. Lulu's good, Lux is good, MF is good. Mord 3 is underrated, but again, how are you gonna hit Mord 3? Same thing with Nico. Riven, Samira, Set, same thing. Urgot, Vex, and Yone. Like all the 3 costs are playable. All of them. We're kind of living through a time where 3 costs are really good, and 3 costs are often like the soul of TFT that kind of glues a lot of things together, because if 3 costs are good, then there's a lot more dynamic play happening in the mid game. I think headliners add like a turbo charge to it in some ways. I think Disho described it as like TFT turbo at one point because of what it felt like, which is like pretty true. But 3 costs are like the underappreciated like hustle players, you know? They're like the people that go after the ball when it's going out of bounds. They're like the glue that really keeps a lot of TFT feeling smooth. Has Twitch changed somewhat in their affiliation contract, or how are you doing multi-bracket? Yeah, they actually allowed people to multi-stream as of last year. Basically, Twitch is, as people know, not making a lot of money, or at least not making a lot of profit. or at least not saying that they are making a lot of profit. And it's one of those things. And so they're not doing like big streaming contracts anymore. Like in the past, it used to be like streamers stayed at Twitch for millions of dollars and they didn't like go to stream on YouTube and they paid for exclusivity. They're not doing that anymore. And as a result, like, you know, how do you incentivize someone to stay? They're just going to allow people to stream like wherever. That's like this. That's a very, very, very quick summary of it. There's like a lot more to it, but streaming contracts were never really profitable for Twitch. They were always just like a marketing / like a PR thing. Hey, Sir Tally, thank you for the prime. Thanks for supporting the channel. Unfortunately, Tally, we do sub coaching giveaway, and we just did it yesterday or 2 days ago, so you missed it. But you should be in time for the next rotation if you want. I'm actually really curious how Twitch continues to evolve in the next few years because I'm coming up on my 1-year anniversary from not working at the company. For people who don't know, I worked at Twitch for 8 years and I got laid off during the rounds last year, and life has been really different since then in a good way. I actually feel like in the end, now that I have a lot of separation from me, I can like confidently say it was a good thing that happened, but at the time did not feel like a good thing. So that's Twin Terror, by the way. Twin Terror, 2 shopping sprees, March of Progress, birthday present, roll the dice, living forge, and stationary support. Twin Terror is probably going to try to lean towards the Executioner comp, but I want them to play Twin Terror Lulu. I think Twin Terror Lulu is actually my favorite way of playing Twin Terror. I even went, I made a bold statement on my YouTube video. I said I think Twin Terror Lulu might even be the best Twin Terror comp in the game. But I don't know if that's true. But I just said it anyways because I just, you know, why not? Just have a bold take. Just try to throw it out there. I don't want to just like, keep taking milk toast takes. I just threw it out there. You're thinking too little? Twin Terror Olaf? I can see that. Twin Terror Olaf. What did you do at Twitch? I worked on a couple different teams. I worked on the partnerships team when I first joined. Then I worked on strategic growth, which then we sectioned off into our own small team for esports. And then I worked on esports operation program management. And then that part became Twitch Rivals. I'm not taking credit for Twitch Rivals directly, but it is accurate to say that I worked on the prototype program, or I actually initiated a prototype program which eventually became the basis of what they created Twitch Rivals off of. And so I am very proud of that because what I did eventually was like pushed around internally if like this was a really good initiative, and then that eventually be like, well, why don't we do this a little bit more? And then Twitch Rivals came about. So I worked on Twitch Rivals team. Thoughts on Twin Terror Kale? It's probably real as well. I'm pretty sure Twin Terror is actually just good, and you can probably play Twin Terror in like 10 different ways. I'm pretty sure. And that's a success of the patch, if so, because Twin Terror has been quite one-dimensional for like most of the set, so I'm really glad. So you're the reason I lose so many parlays on Twitch Rivals. Not really. I never made admin decisions. So what I did was help the ideation of it, so the creation of the event, and then getting the players into the events, and then managing things outside the event. Once the event starts, I do not touch anything really about the event. I mean, I help get people to like the admins but like rules, operations, the broadcast itself, extras, like I never touched any of that. I always did everything around the competition. I saw Rank 1 Korea play Twin Terror Katarina. I can see it. Yeah, like I honestly think any really good hyper carry, I mean, why not? Like, is there any unit in the game? Here's a better question. Is there any unit in the game that would just be like, nah, Twin Terror doesn't even sound very good. I don't want extra attack speed and HP. Probably not. Like almost every like carry would like that.
果这边石头是空的，后面应该会补一点给你吧？但你后面补，你后面的6块跟前面
maybe units that like are very cast like that are mana like are casting for a long time and it doesn't really matter nearly as much.
就是东西是会涨价的。对对对，我了解。
Jin, okay, Jin is actually a good one. You don't want to play 2 Jins. That is true. That is true.
为什么你现在都不买房？对，阿公，你的房子跟现在的价格不太一样呢。要跟老人家解释一下。摘星旅人这里的话，应该就
I feel like you don't really need a twin terror bus on your Lulu. What would be a good twin carry for Lulu? You mean just play second Lulu? The Lulu buffs the other Lulu. So you have the primary Lulu. You have Lulu Prime. Lulu buffs Lulu 2. Or Lulu the second. Like Lulu Junior. And then Lulu Junior buffs Lulu Senior. And then it's just like this giant recursive Lulu buff situation going on. Ooh, What the Forge? I think What the Forge is underrated. I think most people look at wait, what? It's What the Forge is ... That's actually so funny. What the Forge, I think the stats on it are so bad, but I think it's he already has Living Forge. But I think people really underrate this augment. Twin Terror EDM. And unfortunately, that's another thing that doesn't work. Twin Terror doesn't work with EDM because your second copy, it doesn't work the way you would hope it does. Let's just put it that way. Your second copy just yeah. It's because it'd be too good if it did. Because then the best board would be playing like 5 Luxes plus or sorry, playing 3 Luxes because you have 5 Luxes or something like that, plus like 3 Zax, you know what I mean? It'd be that kind of situation. You don't want to do that. EDM would get way too oppressive if it was okay. Actually, the best thing would probably play like 6 units that all have like Zax stuns or something like that. Either way, you don't want EDM to go crazy. Rage Blade red buff. Oh, because of blinding speed. Oh, this is weird. He's playing Riven. Quicksilver is mainly Riven. Is there any other unit you're like Lulu 3 at 3-3? Nah. This guy rolled to 14 and hit Lulu 3 at 3-3. Lulu is very good. Can you elaborate what you think? What the Forge is good despite the stats? Seems like you usually trust the stats, and this is an exception. Oh, I actually don't trust the stats nearly as much, but I mean, I use stats as a way to analyze the game. It's a tool, but I think what the Forge is often picked from people who are desperate. The fastest summary I can give is that what the Forge is often people taking it from spots of desperation and missing, and therefore the stats on it are worse than they actually appear. If you play in a comp that uses a good balance of 80 AP where you don't have to like only hit some certain things, like if you get AP items and you're like, wow, I'm screwed, you shouldn't be taking something like with What the Forge. But like for example, Karthus Akali and Pentakill, you can totally take What the Forge because you can make a use of all of the items in some capacity. They're all usable. So you can just totally take that and put Death Defiance on Viego and Mana Zane on Karthus, even Deathfire Grasp. You can pay for items. It's just like there's like a lot of different things you can do, and people don't normally think about that. They're just like they're thinking about taking What the Forge because it's just like, oh my gosh, it could be anything. It could be like 10 Triforces. Favorite unit to set? It's got to be Jin. And there's actually no other answer. If your answer is not Jin in this set, then I don't even know. I don't even think you're paying attention. This Jin unit is actually just so cool. He attacks from the freaking bench which is like it's just funny because like it's like an orchestral pit if you think about it. And like the theme of it is amazing, and then the production, like the music and everything about it is awesome. And then the satisfaction of like making the come from behind victory with the violins all shooting, and then you're like barely surviving, right? Especially if you're playing like healing orbs or like harm assist or something like that, and you're just like barely. Oh man, it's just so good. It's just too good. Double I. Okay, so today when we play, I'm gonna see if I can get some double IE Ezreal tech, and that's one of the takeaways from watching this broadcast. Taking in consideration that some of what the forge items are worse than normal items, I think the augment is really bad, plus the random factor. Some of what the forge items are worse than normal items. Are you sure about that? I feel like on average, Ornn items do better than regular items. I think the randomness factor is hard to play around too. That part I can get behind, which is like, okay, it's like it's a high amount of variance, so it can do poorly, and that's part of what makes it on average like bad in the stats, because people are taking it from more desperate situations, and then there's the volatility, so it's like it creates a lot of like it's like saying like Ezreal stats are bad last patch, right? It's the same concept of it, where a lot of times people were having oh my god 3 Ornn items. I mean, it's like playing with the Forge, but at the same time he gets to pick his items, so it's different. Anvils are different. Double snipers focus would be pretty hype. Infinity Force, okay, needs the frontline item. I don't even know. Mana Zane, okay. Like I feel like he doesn't have frontline items, so I kind of want something that helps him keep his frontline alive. I also think that Mogul's Mail is like slightly underrated, but usually you play that early game because you have like a way to farm gold. That's part of the value of Mogul's Mail. Playing a carry with 2 Trinities is not even good. Oh. Carry items aren't great. You have DHG, which is horrible, and Trinity Force is not horrible. You can have IE, but okay, I understand what you're saying, but I just don't agree. I'm not saying that it's a must pick augment. I'm saying it is underrated. And if you're just like discussing like, okay, well, I think these items are bad, I don't think that's true. I think those items are actually good. I think that maybe the better way to phrase it is perhaps I feel more optimistic about using them and you do not. He can take What the Forge, but he's playing Riven. What the Forge is actually kind of risky because you need the Quicksilver, but if you can get Death Defiance on Riven, what would be the What the Forge Biss on Riven? It would be Infinity Force, Death Defiance, and what? Zhonya's? Golden Egg! Whoa! What the heck? Wait, I'd rather take What the Forge. Wait a second. There's no way. He's taking Golden Egg. In this spot, he's at 42 HP. He's 6th in the lobby. Does he need to play for a big placement? Cute sup Ovo B. Maybe he feels like Riven 3 is so strong that he can get these free wins anyways. It must have been a scouting thing. He must have scouted and seen that he's strong enough to take it. Is he though? It's so close. Okay, never mind. It's not that close. For some reason, I was just focusing on the Riven HP. If the Riven died though, if she died like a couple seconds earlier, it would have been close. But as a result, it's not that close. Also, that person is playing Corki 2 carry at 4-2. What is going on? You're taking Golden Egg. Your opponents are taking Golden Egg, and they see that Corki 2 is in their pool. They're like, hell yeah, I can take Golden Egg. I'll take Golden Egg if my opponent's playing Corki 2 at 4-2. Yeah, hitting Riven 3 is a big deal. when you hit Riven 3 and you feel like you're ahead of curve, you can go for it. It's just that 42 HP is like the sus part to me. If he feels like if you can win the rest of stage 4, if you win 4 fights, that 42 HP is you're good to go. Do you guys think Golden Egg is like the most hype augment in the game for TFT? I don't know if I can name a more woke one. Is this a tournament? Yes, it is. Oh, someone took talent search. Interesting. Tanner says Golden Egg cash out is always some gold plus rewards, not worth for melee carry comps compared to many other combat augments. The thing about it is that Prismatic actually doesn't have as many combat augments as you would think it does. I also don't remember his choices, but I think I remember I said What the Forge doesn't feel very pickable, so I think his augments, his setup was not very good. As in, like, he felt like he had to take something kind of awkward. I think Recombop is more hype. Final reserves. Blank Slate. Dude, Blank Slate... Blank Slate went to go live on the farm. That augment is like... That augment is like reach the summit or late game specialist. You take it so rarely these days. I mean, you take those augments more often than you take Blank Slate these days. Curse Crown. Oh yeah, the Curse Crown can be pretty exciting too. Because Curse Crown just theoretically sounds awesome, but also it just sounds bad at the same time. It sounds like great, but bad. I don't know if you've seen, but there was a build where I saw going around with one Zeke's Herald, Twin Terror Lulu 3 with Ziggs. You know, similar to Set 7 Dark Flight. I mean, how do you... Is it like you... That sounds extremely difficult to get, because you don't get a guaranteed Zeke's and you don't really get guaranteed Twin Terror. The difference is that Dark Flight, you could play every game. You just have to build a sword and a belt, and you got Zeke's. Blank Slate is just way worse than Think Fast. Yeah, but I'm glad that Think Fast doesn't exist either. APM heavy augments, I think, don't necessarily need to be in the game. Okay, we got Lulu 3. Binary Lulu 3. Harry hit really early, starting to fall off a little bit. End of stage 4. We got Mosher, Hoppy, Lucky Gloves, Cybernetics. I'm surprised Curse Crown is not more popular this day, considering Jazz is a thing. It was more popular back when Jazz was really OP, but the thing is, Jazz got nerfed like a lot. And Endless Hordes also was like a thing. Endless Hordes Jazz was also a thing, and they nerfed that too. Is Endless Horde still even in the game? I feel like I haven't even seen it in so long. I think it is. Endless Horde's Twin Terror is a really nasty combo. It's just like, I feel like I haven't seen it in so long. Oh, I need to stretch more. Oh, I'm starting to exercise again, and my body just like aches. 13 HP with Golden Egg. He's on a 2 loss. He has to win 2 of these fights. Oh man. Oh my god, we just lost half our HP from the Vex bursts. Dude, he's not gonna catch our Golden Egg. Wait, unless? Oh. Wait. Caitlyn? Caitlyn? Dude, if he had Caitlyn too? Oh! Oh! What's his egg count at? What's his egg count at? I think one more turn, one more turn. He has to win one more fight. Well, I mean, he doesn't want to lose anymore. Basically, just win every fight, but I think it's one more. Because he's on 2 loss before this.
到凯特琳，路线可以换。
Here's the thing. What if you get like the double fawn?
考虑换路线。
If you get like the double fawn, you're not gonna have years to play. So rolling here was actually the roll. Oh, he's gonna play Lucian.
先卖一只威尔。
Oh, Jazz. He sold his Viego pair.
就拼这一回合了。
Ezreal 1, Caitlyn 2. Dude, Caitlyn's contested in this lobby. Can you believe it?
对面1折1，应该可以哦，应该可以开出来哦。
Disbelief. Oh, that Riven's taking so much damage. No, dude. We just got like AoE'd.
以为有机会，但
Golden egg into a golden eighth.
哇，金蛋啊，他4之1就已经
Yeah, Endless Horse Twin Terror is a really strong combo. It's if you ever tried it, it's really, really good.
啊，其实我觉得他当下选金蛋的选择好像
Can you even imagine these 3 augments? Lucky Gloves, Twin Terror, and Endless Hordes. Assuming you're able to get that many gloves, but yes, that sounds insane. Sounds insane. The thing is, like, how do you get all the gloves? Maybe on like loaded carousels.
能赢他，我就不相信场上这7个人有人可以赢这一家。还把冲撞者的羁绊给开满哦，那就看一下对面的星之刚有没有机会哦。
Dude, what the heck? Everyone's playing Caitlyn on the board. How funny would it be if every Caitlyn player went bot 4?
太健康了，根本
Nope. Not this guy. Oh, it's so close. 6, 7, 8 HP. 14, 16, 20.
哎，茶哥你不要不讲话啊，我很尴尬。
3, 6, 7, 8.
怎么会这
There's still one more fight.
发生什么事情啊？
Guys, back to the other fight. We're just here watching
好像真的有顶住。
we're just here watching Ezreal twerk.
怎么会这样？
Oh, look at this HP count. 3, 3, 6, 7, 8.
我来看一下这边选秀有没有转职，然后有个偷偷。
Isn't Kate kind of broken on this patch? No, not at all. Not even a little.
虽然打不赢摘星，
Not even a little.
可能是摘星台太烂了。
Is this on the newest patch? Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
为了开这个4冲撞，对，4冲撞还是要考虑把它前排再补强一点，没什么作用。对，
All right, so
2就好了，就是有那个回复力就好。然后前面
we have 2 Ezreal players. We have a Lulu reroll. Hybar just hit a Lowy 2. We have an Akali. I think it was a pentakill. There's a couple of players. What the Riven player's dead.
还是不要这个3缸了，
I think we had a Twin Terror player. Looks like he just hit Twitch 3.
剩6滴血，那看你能不能
So Twin Terror player hit at least 1 unit. It's pretty tight.
办法他
This is a lobby where 4 people can die right now if the Ghost player loses. This is such a sad state of the board where you're just holding pairs of all legendaries. Oh, and we're playing against a Twin Terror player who just hit.
啊木木3星老鼠
Our front line needs to hold.
可以吧？这边放一起的，
Hold. Set casted.
好
Hold.
女菜，
Oh, Twitch got a cast. Oh, nice.
但没有什么
Big time burst. 2 people died.
这一把，这波赢了之后呢，名次再前进2名哦。而且这波赢了
Okay, only 2. Only 2. But now it's so close. It's 6, 6, 7, 8. It's so close.
他是少人家一个战力的，
6, 6, 7, 8 HP.
不了久了。
Poppy 2. That's pretty big for HP.
他还在抽哎，不是生礼物，他还有什么
Caitlyn, Ezreal, MF, Kate. Or sorry, Caitlyn, Ezreal, MF,
他这个是
Philios.
哇，他前排
Zed Set, Poppy, Yone. This is a 5 Heartsteel setup.
好像真的蛮强的，好像有点
It's so strong if he's able to get another cash out. It's so strong if he's able to get 1 more cash out.
急上跳
He also has a new recruit. I was wondering how he fit everything. New recruit for +1. Our Ezreal just got exploded.
发就一粒就走了。
Oh gosh, the Viego. We're dead.
哇，这个
Oh man. That was really unfortunate. This set is having the boxing match of his life. Hold on a second. Just watch this set. Watch this set, man. This set is just picking a fight with a tentacle. Actually, okay, after this this Nico dies, This set for like 30 seconds is just boxing the tentacle forever. he's just punching the tentacle and just like doesn't care about anything else. While this whole team is struggling, he's just out here boxing. All right, we got Lulu 3 still in the top 3, and we have Echo 3. That's pretty good. Echo 3 gives you a lot of front line, which is Echo 3 is actually good enough, because the problem that you end up struggling with a comp like this is you don't have enough front line. Because Echo 2 and Nico 2 aren't good enough. He has 90 gold. Is he gearing for like a level 9 roll down? I don't think he's gonna make it. He's gonna get to level 9 and the game's gonna be over. He has 49 HP though. He can take 2 losses. When do you get to 9? 1, 62. Can he sack actually? So he waits 2 more turns and he gets there. What's the Lulu tech? I talked about in the new video. I posted a new video, man. Go watch it. Go watch it. Drop a like and a comment, because then YouTube will keep feeding it to other people, and I can pay my editors. I actually just break even on YouTube, but that's actually a huge thing. So the fact that I can even break even on YouTube is huge. Also, Lulu struggles against AD capped boards. That is for sure. Like, Lulu has a hard time closing versus Ezreal and Jhin. 3-star forecast? I can see it. But okay, here's another question: does he even have the time to roll? Does he have like does he have the APM?
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
Lee Storm, thank you for the prime. Thanks for supporting channel, man. That goes directly to my my editors, to the mods that I do pay. 56 out of 60. What's the video called? It's called like Ultimate Top Comps for 14.2 or something like that. This guy rolled some of his goal. He rolled from 90 to 66 for the past turn. So he's still converting off of it, and he's waiting. He has 4 Aries. Does he have a Akali at all? I feel like he only has like 2 Akalis. Okay. And last turn, let's see the roll. Let's see the roll down. And level 9, roll. Okay. Holly. Ari. Holly. He's not going to finish in time, is he? Oh, okay. Nico 3 is good. We rolled to 20. Really? Ah, man. I feel so let down. I mean, Nico 3 is good. Nico 3 is good. For sure. Because you're able to at least have a more sturdy front line. And that front line is what holds off Jhin. It's just like we had like 24 gold left, man. I want to see a miracle happen. We didn't even try. This is me out here. You know what? This Terry guy's an inspiration, because that's me. I see myself. You guys see me roll down, right? That's what happens when I roll down. You break even on YouTube, but it gives you exposure and popularity, so it's infinite value. Yeah, no, I break even, which is huge. It's a lot of people do not break even on YouTube. That's why they give up. But breaking even on YouTube is like a big milestone. Hopefully this year it could be like more the same. If I can break even this year, I'll be happy as well. All right. Quick ad break. I'm gonna add you. Speaking of breaking even, I'm gonna try. See. 10, 5, 6. Sorry, it's a little bit unclear at the bottom center what the time is. 2 minutes. All right, so we got 2 more games, I think. Got 2 more games. All right, BBB, Black Big Big. I know this guy. What about our boy Owo? Wanna sleep Owo? Oh, Owo Xiaoxiong is winning the tournament so far. Not bad. Oh no, Murray's like a TFT caster. He's going dead last. Nah, man, you can't go 64th. He represents the casters. We can't have Murray go last. Yeah, he's me, man. He's me. You can't enter a tournament and go dead last. Oh man. Sag. Perfectly representing casters. No. Come on, man. Come on, man. Crowan entered the TFT Open and he went pretty far. The last tournament I entered, the Noxus Cup, I almost made it to day 4. And Bryce got far. He made it to day 3 as well. We do okay. Can't go dead last, though. Can't go dead last. Can't go dead last. I kind of think I kind of want to enter the Hearthstone Cup, actually. I kind of want to play in the Hearthstone Cup, but there's only 2 tournaments this set, and I want to I really feel like it's good coverage, and also I don't want to take a spot from someone that's like kind of seriously grinding. Somebody's gotta go dead last. You're not wrong, actually. You're not wrong. Okay, Wawa, do we know what portal this is? When's the next big tournament? A week. A week from today. Next week. 3 cost champion. Thank you. Dead last is better than average in the middle placement? I don't think so. I'd rather be in the middle placement than dead last. Dead last, you kind of get memed on. I guess maybe you get like more notoriety if you go like dead last. But like, I don't know if you guys would have fun watching me go 8-8-8-8-8 in tournament. Like, no one's ever gone the 6-8s before, but people have gotten close. Like 8-7, 8-8, 7-8 or something like that. Gargantuan Resolve. I mean, I see Gargantuan Resolve. I see an Olaf. I'm in. Oh, this guy, maybe he wants to just take one of these Econ Augments. Cluttered Mind versus Patient Study. Okay. Man, he had a single Olaf and a bow. That's Jazz Baby. Have we seen a That's Jazz Baby succeed so far? If he has an MF, I think you take it almost immediately. Well, he doesn't really have really good items. Bow and a tier. His Last Whisper off the Pandoras. That's pretty good. Good components. Magic Wand Disco. Have we seen any Disco top 4 today? Like even a single one? We saw 2 Disco players, and I remember they bought forward. Have we seen any Disco succeed today? Didn't Kurum go 8-8-8-8? Did he? I didn't think so. I think he averaged like a 6, but he didn't go 8-8-8-8. No one remembers the names in the middle, so I think it's content value to go dead last. If I entered a tournament and I literally went 8-8-8-8-8-8, wouldn't you guys just stop watching me? You guys would just be like, how can I take this guy seriously? Like, he just went 8-8-8-8 in tournament. I would probably watch more. Okay, you would probably watch more, but you would stop taking my opinions on TFT seriously. We talked a lot of shit before. That's true. Part of what makes the 888 funny is if you talk a lot of trash. If you talk a lot of trash.
小玉吗？好像是小玉。
一个人加一个有，叫什么啊？这个叫
你怎么问美国人啊？我不太知道。看聊天室好了。
The VOD link. Oh, remind me between games.
有点落差，跟各位说声不好意思。
小右，
小右，
小右。
I'd watch you more because you know what not to do. Are you sure? I feel like if you average an 8th place, it means you don't know. I mean, you guess you know what not to do, but that doesn't mean you know what you're doing.
他的名字叫懒惰人。
Doesn't exactly mean you know what to do.
他的
I guess you're saying like you would watch so you could learn from all my mistakes.
跟他 KD 其实位置有点，现在有点。
He could actually position his Chalice to be in the front here. He can position Chalice here and then put two units here.
对面的话则是直接有这个神装的欧拉夫。
他看起来不知道是不是要赌欧拉夫，还有4张欧拉夫。但还不太确定。他后面有留雷我。
This guy is gargantuan. Okay, so one person is going gargantuan resolve roll off.
巨兽决议的其实，
但雷文也比较不适合带巨兽局。
对，
通常
6-7-8-7 is bad. 8-8-8-8 is respectable. You guys are telling me that if I go 8 twice, then it's just correct to like pretend like I'm trying hard and then just go 8th like a few more times.
很多人的这个连测给断了，剩2家白棋，3倍牌一买。
Okay, next time I go 8-8 to start off a tournament, I'm just gonna like just straight send it and just be like, all right, I'm just gonna average an 8. And then like I'll get screenshotted by like, I don't know, Kiyun or Emily Wang or something like that, and they're just gonna meme me.
拿卡特，那炸是不是要赌卡特啊？
好像
因为
是
他拿潘他就拿贵就好。卡特那未看
The real tech is to go 8-8-8, talk a bunch of shit, and then go 1-1-1. I actually agree. I agree. If you could do that,
那怀疑小熊
that would be awesome.
套路
That would be awesome.
直接选越多
You think triple titans with gargantuan is better than all the double titans? I'm pretty sure that triple titans is only good if you get bruiser Olaf. I played triple titans Olaf yesterday and it didn't actually do that well because I played 7 pentakill. I thought the pentakill would be good enough because I had a pentakill emblem, but it was not good enough. The sad thing is I high rolled and I got a tome and I had the choice of either bruiser or pentakill, and I took pentakill because I thought it would be better, and it was not.
装备还不错，
But that's what we learn, right? That's what we play to learn that kind of stuff.
但现在也还没有。
目前看起来是只有看到怀疑小熊在摆啊，其他人都打得还蛮认真的。
You play League or Dota in the past? Yeah. I actually used to. I have casted League of Legends tournaments. If you scour the internet,
光炫光
you can find baby Frodan casting League of Legends back in the day.
好硬啊！
Not really. I was never really a big Dota player though. I played like 500 hours of Dota. Not really much.
成功的断了孔明的连胜哦。
Favorite comp champ? I answered this actually like 10 minutes ago, but Jin is my favorite champion right now. My favorite comp to play is probably Heartsteel. I mean, it's just fun.
他是5等的，所以应该没有
应该
要走
就不知。道多了，你就
Not really much. If you ask any Dota player, okay, is there any? It's probably not because you guys are TFT players. But is there any former Dota players here in the chat? If so, you tell them. 500 hours is like nothing.
如果兔子讲要
That's rookie. That's rookie numbers for sure. If you're like a Dota player, you like really understand. Like everyone knows that if you play Dota, 500 means you like barely know all the heroes' names.
是玩赌圣才会特别去拿潘多拉。
这边遇到的是耐心学习。哦，喇叭间，
已经出现了，蓝 buff 也给了神装。
I won a major. Really? You're in my YouTube. Someone in my YouTube chat said he won a Dota major. That's really cool. If so, I didn't know that.
吃鸡记录哦，这个
Apparently, I have 1K LP challengers and Dota major champions in my chat.
小熊确定5连败，没有人断刀。
这边是猥琐。
Double Rage Blade Jinx.
是要玩
He's trying to play Kale. Oh, he might be doing it. He might be doing the Superfan Jinx into Kale reroll. This is a line we saw earlier today and got second.
应该就赌天使。这版本需要鬼
Did she draw a heart on her hand and then put it on her cheek?
吸血枪应该是最好
Is that like lipstick? She did like this and then drew on her face. That's pretty funny. Is that like a famous person? I don't know who it is. Like, is that like a pop star or something? I don't know. It looks like she's sitting in a gamer chair, so it's hard to tell.
算是转的蛮漂亮的。前面拿这个抱抱来打工是最好的。
这家拿的天使，哇哇，稍微难。
I played 1,000 hours of Dota. I'm still shit. Like, dude, Dota's hard. Dota's a hard game.
哎呀，
Wait, is there 2 KO rerolls?
应该不会撞吧？我不确
You're
定
telling me KO reroll is contested?
哦对，
Oh wow.
因为他要撞。
Rageblade Gunblade is basically KO.
但是有看到对
If this was a previous patch, you used to be able to pivot into Disco because Rageblade Gunblade. Oh, it's not. It's Rageblade Superfan. Oh, okay.
帮他打工打很久。
哦这里孔明大
He might be playing this temporarily.
然后
He might be playing Ari. He might be playing Ari. I thought he slammed Rageblade. It's a Superfan item. You can just play like Spellweavers, Gunblade, Blue Buff, Nashers.
厉害厉害。
That's part of the reason why Twisted Fate being good in the meta is actually important for item path ability. Because if Twisted Fate was much stronger, then this Gunblade is actually fine because you could like play into other things.
葬送的
But
还在
right now you're not really slamming Gunblade and playing into much except for like Ari,
哦，银手
Ari Spellweavers of some kind.
社区感觉对赌
Gunblade's good in every unit. I mean,
1、2都甩掉。
it can be, yes. Like if you have the right setup for it. It's just more like you're not slamming Gunblade as your first item, if that makes sense. Swords are at a premium right now. Swords are a premium component, and so to commit your first sword into a Gunblade is a really big deal. Because Shojin is really good, and Infinity Edge is really good, and also some units really want like Edge of Night and other things like that. It's just so to use it on a Gunblade is very very committal.
怀雄今天的赛事里面是完全没有选用赌阵，2把新钢，1把阿里跟
Gunblade is good on TF, yeah, except that Twisted Fate is not very good right now.
看一下对面的解
She's Rabbit Chan.
真的很少看到
Oh, like Chan, like Japanese.
他可能就是要
Rabbit
打
Chan.
他觉得可能这个水对他后期蛮有用。但我觉得在打比赛可能
Question is Mort aware of the Superman item bugs? For example, if you have Titans on Chosen Viego and have Superman active.
但是可能这个选手觉得水对他来说比较重要。哦，有毅力，
I mean, I'm more of an Iron Man reroll player myself, but I'll definitely try Superman sometimes. Oh, thank you.
要不要再抽个5钢
Chipotle.
5钢感觉
Just like that?
呃，
Yeah, amazing.
说
Are you...
是还行的。这个兔子奖6等抽，抽
Oh yeah, I think the Superfan yes Superfan I think they are aware of the Superfan bug. I think it's also visual.
反而但是是
I think it also is sometimes on Rageblade, right? I've seen that interaction happen where like it looks like it's not stacking on Rageblade, but it is. Or is that a separate bug?
这波有机会赢吗？前排坦不坦得住2星尼克？天使3起来的话，应该是有机会赢。看这个尼克坦不坦得住？那应该赢的，要断对面的连胜。
对面的白血虽然是有吸血迷信，但
What makes Gunblade good on a unit? Usually when you have a lot of damage and you need to sustain a tank.
我现在看这套阵容
Gunblade is really good
在赌这个
as like a life link between a carry and a tank. And the more emphasis you're playing front to back, the more important Gunblade is.
选抽抽的，所以
Because
就才抽到第4
you're healing like the tank that holds your entire comp together. So in the past, an easy example was Gunblade was really good for mech because mech was 3 units combined into one to combine like a super tank,
进度
and you had the Gunblade heal the mech because it was way more value. That's like a really easy example.
天使在
And so Gunblade is really powerful in those kinds of situations. Where you play front to back, they have to get through your tank,
他有一个尼可尔星，其实坦度够。
and Gunblade can sustain that tank.
然后他吸血枪做出来，其实强度是够的。
小蛙各位这边乡村双性恐惧是要往乡村岛还是岛维克斯这边？
It's like a support DPS item.
还是他是想要玩的
It goes on a DPS unit.
一只查米拉，一只赛特跟一只
He goes on a damage unit that wants to heal somebody else.
坦肯骑，
好像以前的版本有看过，这个版还没见过。
So like for example, Gunblade wouldn't be very good here because
绿茶，你对他评价如何？
all the damage is spread out,
没有感觉到。
so you're not healing someone consistently.
在玩，
这个版
And also,
剧是有提
it's not like you have a lot of base damage here
我觉
either.
得有回灯
inherently.
部分关系可能就是跟你讲那个抽
So it's like it doesn't really make a lot of sense in this spot.
哦啊
But that's an easy one because I'm pretty sure most people will be like, yeah, Gunblade doesn't look very good here. But if you were to like nail it down,
对面的话是兔子讲的一个牌面哦，来看一下凯尔有没有多？哇，没有嫖到，
okay, so apparently that's a separate bug, Brandon.
还在等最后的一个
I'm not sure if they're. I'm pretty sure they're aware of bugs, but I'm not sure if they fixed it or not. The reality is,
乡村的，如果要走这个
ooh, Country Urgot playing Twin Terror. Oh no, stay for like 2 seconds. I want to see if he buys that. Would you guys buy this?
字应该
Twin Terror, Country Urgot. You're on a 3 loss. 60 gold. You're not even losing interest. It seems reasonable to buy.
没有不会不会。
Dude, just wait like 2 seconds, man. I just want to see if he buys it.
哇，这边赌歌机抽的好差。不是他抽的超惨。
Double Poppy.
他没有艾克，没有尼可，然后4张歌姬耶。
对，他只要抽到7张就可以变3星。
The biggest bug for me is the team builder. I skip so many units late. Oh, but the late game team builder where you can't do anything? Yeah.
对，
Oh, as I was saying, he did buy the Urgot, by the way. As I was saying,
抓了乡村
here's a reality is that the set is almost over.
这个双星恐惧味儿
We're actually like
用
pretty close to set 10 being done. And so I feel like a lot of resources are right now being like they're not talking about it.
大米拉，他应该是想
At least not talking about it actively. If you guys remember, a few days ago, Mort said it's only the beginning of the year, and I feel like
这个投
you know, like everything's on fire or whatever. Like there's like so much going on.
口迷啊老八，
因为我觉得你赌歌
And then the riot layoffs happened, everything like that. I think that the layoffs were part of it.
因为你
I think another portion is the reality that set 11 is around the corner.
因为你是
Um,
大家也开始发力，别人是
And that set 10 is almost done. So like they could invest more resources to kind of iron out these last like really small but annoying things like you know the superfan visual bug or maybe it's not visual or like other like things that could be equally like minor but very annoying and irritating.
哇，有点过分这个。
But that'd be pulling stuff actively from set 11.
哇，看一下孔明这边有没有办法帮他报一点好的角色、好的装备，需要一把
And that's like a resource thing, right? It's not like they don't want to fix it. It's just more like what's most they have 100 things to do and they can only do 50 of them. What's the 50 that they do?
艾克。
看一下这波抽的如何，来进一下吧。哦，尼可有来，
The scrappy invention bug that I want them to fix that for
看
sure.
清楚他是漏了什么。
漏了尼可，
They need to fix that before the world championship. I mean, they didn't fix that before the next tournament. Quite frankly, not world championship's too long from now.
大写的 G，插一张，插一张。
Oh my god！
哇，装也不对。
We're rolling for Seraphine 3, but we're not even
Man, I'm getting
close.
more dogged again.
And we don't even have a third item on Seraphine either.
色拉芬的主秀片了。
That's not good.
呃，
Hey, Avalon, thank you for 3 months.
开三呐，
对面懒惰人看起来确实是想要去走阿里的方向哦，已经拉等了。
Is there a hidden cultural trait that makes Asian people so strong in esports?
没办法
他，背叛了 disco。
走嘛。
Hard to say.
狗开局不
泰坦
能走。
雷文，
I mean, part of it, yeah. Like in Korea, there's an actual like development of like esport culture for a long time because of like things like StarCraft back in the day, which has transferred to League of Legends and other things like that.
他觉得回眸比较
So like on the one hand, yes. On the other hand, it's not like Asians inherently like want to be better at video games. I think it's just more like
哎，不要。
there is a distinct lack of work ethic from other parts of the world, mainly North America. North America in general historically has always suffered from lack of work ethic and not talent. because North America had very high peaks. It's just that their work ethic has always been quite questionable. I personally believe the reason why NA is quite strong at TFT is because we have some of the best work ethic people. I'm not necessarily even talking about like Soju and all of them. Soju has actually really good work ethic. He just doesn't use it in an efficient way for grinding, like for optimizing skill. But like, why do you think Setsuko is like so insane? Is because he's always in the top 5, maybe even the top 3 most played games of the set of every set since he's ever played. He just puts like the straight raw amount of hours in. That's why he's such a strong, intuitive feel of the game. And it all kind of like starts around there. Like a lot of people grind like crazy in TFT. I don't know how long that's going to sustain, but I think grind culture is a really big part of NA in TFT. And I hope that doesn't change. If that ever changes, we're going to get a lot weaker at TFT. Because TFT is a game where you have to grind. Like, you have to grind. You're not going to get good. You can get to a good baseline level where you could theoretically challenge, but you'll never be the favorite unless you, like, grind. And NA grinds.
哇，他要输，然后打完野怪再输，哎，这很能是个主播。
他血量确实够啦，80血输这4波也是够，但是之后的。
But also, if you look at like other like games of other communities, there's plenty of people who are also like from different groups are also very good. Like Brazilians are great at like Counter-Strike. Like the Counter-Strike culture is very good. It's just purely about like what the culture kind of rewards, right? And like what they really care about. Europeans are, I mean, okay, so I talk about Counter-Strike, but Europe is just like, you know, insanely good at it as well. And like Americans are good at Madden. And actually we're really good at Call of Duty. But that's because I feel like no one else is really like playing it. Yeah. Also, if you want more diversity, some games actually have a really diverse background in terms of like who good. Like I think like card games in general have always been like anybody, or like games of variants have like people who can do well from any kind of background. Sim racing. Actually, one thing that I've always wanted to kind of get into, but I've never had the chance to because it's prohibitively expensive, is sim racing, like for real. And I think sim racing is going to be something that when I retire, or like if I want to like slow down ever, one side passion thing that I've always been wanting to get into is sim racing. I think it's actually so cool. There's actually a sim racing like studio. There's like a place you can go and like rent it, like 10 minutes drive for me, but it's also like kind of expensive. But I was thinking about if I ever like wanted to slow down and take it easy, sign up for a membership and just do it, because it just looks so fun. You get to race every track. You can do GT racing, you can do F1, you can do NASCAR, you could do IndyCar. Like it's just all looks so cool to me. And I wish I could get into it. But to have like a real setup is like so expensive, and you need space in your house. Someday OCU will be good at something. Dude, OCU almost won the TFT World Championship. Twice. They got multiple people in the final lobby and they had decent runs. You never know. Checkmate, anything can happen. That's what we learned from Vegas. Driving to a place to fake drive. Not wrong. All right, we're playing KO reroll. So we were playing KO reroll. We are. Is the other person still playing KO reroll? Do we have 2 people playing KO reroll this game? He hit KO 3. He has KO 3, but it's on the bench right now. He rolled too slow. Old. And there's enough KOs in the pool for 2 people to hit. So technically, both of them could end up being playing KO. Double Rage Blade, huh? That was a KO3 diff for sure.
杀，
他感觉打完野怪
He also has Viego too. Wow, 5%.
感觉是够的，我觉得。
五杀的牌都已经。
I feel like TFT is a lot like poker, where off the table study is really beneficial. It is 100%. Like grinding the game doesn't have to just purely be through playing the game. I'm just saying like Setsugo is an easy, visible example of how grind culture is very prevalent in North America. But there's a lot of other people who grind for sure. NA is very grindy, and that's a good thing.
那这边看一下这边
血量低的也是玩唱跳的，
5连胜，哦，6张死哥，抓了吧？
对吧？这里
不要哎，
哎，其实双死哥也可以开。
他觉得他的装备是斗士装，
哦，他是拿这个巨兽决议的，所以可能是要给威尔哥吗？
Does Kale deal 8% magic damage, 20% physical? What's the damage split? I don't know exactly. That depends entirely on how much damage her ability is doing. But she's mostly magic. Because her passive does magic damage, but obviously her physical attack does physical damage.
二费卡彼此绿牌也都。
对面上线
Karthus 2,
爵士精神，
Gargantuan, Karthus 2, and the last cast.
他只要很早开始。
Oh, and he heals the full?
是，他这个当然是4之2。
Oh my god, Healing Orbs, Vampirism, and Hodge. Wow, this dude just drain tanked.
看一下挖个位。
No. How did he even... He healed back to full HP.
孔明这边就
That's crazy.
光偷偷，
Cashed out, got a Tactician's Crown.
我就不像九
This guy is dead last.
干嘛？
啊，
This guy is dead last.
太没自信了吧，兄弟！
He's playing for not dead last.
诱惑住了，你久等了。
绿茶，你是不是一定等就看看可不可以拼个5费？
不是，重点是我起码先看有没有算没，人家觉得，主要他刚刚也没有伊利，你知道吗？
对，
只要他有一张伊利，抽来就算了。但没关系，他后面还抽到伊利了，就还可以。
What do the region specialize in? I mean, the reputation. I mean, the reputation in China is that they innovate and figure out optimization a lot.
第二抽的波比，感觉可以再贪一点的，我感
The reputation that North America is that we yap a lot. We complain very loudly. that is a reputation. EU's reputation is that they have a lot of potential, but none of them ever live up to it, except for like a couple. EU, but that's changing. That's changing. LATAM's reputation is that they underperform, but that's also changing. Because they've been improving from set to set. Korea's reputation is that they don't care about TFT and that they have a few really good players, but for the most part, like Korea's not really trying at TFT. What else? SEA. Oh, SEA is like SEA is like I personally believe SEA has a lot of potential as well because they have a massive player base. But at the moment, it's like a lot of people think that climbing Vietnamese ladder is like really fake at the moment, and like SEA right now is like they're basically behind. Basically, is what it is. The reputation is that they're just behind, and that just because they have like an insane population for players, active players, doesn't mean that they're good. CN yapping is way more than you can imagine. We just can't be heard. Oh, I was told that CN yapping is like people don't do it, because it's not liked. Like people don't like yapping, but in NA, yapping is like more viewers. The more popular you are, and it is actually a direct one-to-one correlation to how often you're like yapping. The most popular like non-yapper is like Skara. But that's because Skara is like the exception.
太快成型。
Oh, and I guess Keen, yeah.
但这些余韵阵都是到4阶段才成型，就这些余韵阵压力就没这么大，因为那些赌狗都4阶段成型。
每一个都免费上球。
That's Jazz Baby with 8 bards, level 7. Oh man, he's gonna die with 8 bards.
看的都是很痛苦。
Meanwhile, this person is gonna die with emo Twitch, 4 emo, 4 executioners,
最后2滴血，看一下对上的
Twin Terror best friends. This I'd be very surprised if this goes 7th. This does not look like a boy that goes 7th.
转的波比，哇
Do you want me to get an Ezreal cash out?
啊，母母3星干顶不顶得住吧？
What even happened? You must have hit too late. His board is actually amazing. This is a board that like you see actually like top 2 very often.
再打下1折，
He's dead.
啊，但没办法。
Insane. I can't believe that went 7th. That's crazy.
可是最后一下杀3只哎，但右边好运姐把它收掉。
华英雄这边在滑
Appies. I mean, I'm talking about like a mega popular. Like Appies. Appies is not like we in the same tier as like Soju and Box and Emily and Robin and all them. Setsugo.
赛特，前排就靠这个波比直接坦住。
滑的顺风顺水。
And the issue with the SEAs is no sir that they all play on. I mean, it's because they're all separated by like language and stuff too, right? They speak different languages. I found out that like does Indonesia have their own server as well? Which I was like, wow, that's surprising.
那他这个波比有可能一个顶全部，
Or is there another country nearby? Sorry if I misplaced it.
不一定。假如这个波比有机会顶住这阿卡丽。
Is this over Yapper? Yeah, a big time.
的话有机会赢，因为伊利史的话，阿卡丽双泰坦应该是可以。
雾魔防有点叠太高了。哦，铁头小女孩1打2。
This show's more like a Mulder.
不赢吗？
He's not even really like yapping. Disso's biggest crime is that
打赢了，打赢了。
he cares like a lot about his LP, like a lot.
这边还100块钱。
I mean, like on the one hand, he doesn't because like LP is like whatever to him, but he like hates losing it. If that makes sense. 'Cause, like he's so competitive.
轻松一下。
How did your tweet with the Lee Sin Chibi go? I don't know. I think it did all right. For those of you who don't know, I used my free tokens on the Lee Sin Chibi skin and missed. It was like 3 rolls. And then I lost a bet with chat. So I had to swipe to try to get Lee Sin. And so I swiped, and on the first roll, I got the Lee Sin skin. $500 of value. We forgot the biggest yapper of them all is this guy named Frodan.
一罗以来换阵，然后这个再开2个羁绊，齐格斯上的话，
I'm not a yapper. I'm more like a I'm more like a gabber. I like just gab about TFT, you know? I just keep talking about it. I don't really yap.
对，可以爆双鬼锁，双鬼锁。那看一下懒惰人。
Some people yap, I gab, you know?
这一边的哇，2星的席格斯，看一下有没有办法。
You are literally a professional yapper. What are you talking about?
天哪，
看这路线，你看这路线发飙
Do you understand that yap in this context is different?
这个路线
It doesn't like you're equating yap to talking. Do I talk so I talk about
他的
TFT.
子弹每一发鬼手都能吃，就会变成这样。
Yap in this context means like someone who just like
很可怕。
complains and whines about TFT a lot.
有机会一搏。
哦，进2星，凯特林可以。
I'm more like I'm more like the streaming or like the essaying or talking emos. That's just me. People talk. I'm just like talking all the time. In fact, I'll go out on a limb and say I'm actually one of the people who yaps the least about TFT.
可能凯特琳2还是强一点点。
Is Pressman a yapper? Kind of.
没有开爵士，因为他没有好运气。
Pressman's actually
完了，被切到了，出事了，老板。
Pressman's actually surprisingly very good with his mental about like that kind of stuff.
哎，没有唱到。
Oh my god, the Jin! Wow. That Jin barely survived and clutched it.
是2家新刚的天下。
Man, see, like it never gets old. It never gets old. This Jin unit never gets old to me. I would love for this Jin to somehow find a way to be replicated again, because it is just so fun to watch. The thing about it is you don't want it to come back exactly the same way because you kind of want the legendaries to feel new and fresh, so you don't want to bring the violence back anytime soon. But like the same feeling of Jin this set, I hope makes a way to come back. It is a huge triumph in my opinion. Most of the yappers yap even when they're winning. Well, yeah, because like that's like what people they realize that's what people come to watch. And so if things are going great, they have to make up something to be mad about. We figured this out a long time ago. Like Twitter, people found that out like a long time ago. News journalists figured that out a long time ago. People on Tumblr figured that out like a decade ago. If there's nothing to complain about, you make up something to be mad about. So you just so that way you have content. Like I don't understand. Like the formula has been solved since the beginning of time. And TFT players are like the next great grifter in that endeavor. Everything about the game is seriously in an amazing spot, but no, it can't be because gold openers are unfair. We get more content than ever before. We have more employees working on before. Esports is getting more supported. We get all these kind of cool like projects and timeline. The game is actually profitable. Finally, and it's not going to die in a time where gaming industry is like clamoring for any positive news. Nope. It's unfair because my opponent got a tome. Like it is a complete grift, and we all fall for it because it's entertaining as hell. So Soju equals Fox News. I didn't say it. Okay, okay. More employees was poor wording choice on my part. My bad. I meant more. We have a lot more resources diverted towards TFT than before, and that is for sure true. Also, I say that, but like you can go check my watch history, and I think pretty sure you're gonna see the same thing all in common. I watch all the same streamers you guys do. Oh my god, this Drain Tank Karthus is actually insane. Also, Gargantuan Akali. My god. She's like the female Titan. She's what's her name? Annie Leonhardt or whatever? No, not Aaron. She's the badass one. Who's the girl that had like a thing for Armin? Her. Now Frodan is yapping about yappers. Okay, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Look, I have to find a way. I have to find a grift myself, you know? It's part of the trade. Not Mikasa. No. But Mikasa. Actually, well, I mean, if you never watched Attack on Titan, you might have. This might be a spoiler, but Mikasa never turns into a Titan. Shockingly, it felt like at one point the answer was they're all Titans, and it's like, oh, okay, I see. But you know, shockingly, the author decided to hold back on that one. Man, barely survived. I kind of want this Gargantuan Akali to pop off. Kale 3 versus Heartsteel Cash Out with Jazz and Annie Leonhardt Akali. Fran, did you see that Amaranth got banned on Twitch? I mean, wasn't it? How many times has she been banned now? It's not. Is it even really news? I'm not up to date on my Amaranth news reports, so thanks for holding down the fort for us, Demacian Raptor. Mikasa can't turn into a Titan because she's an Ackerman.
伤害已经爆表了。对
I didn't know that. Thanks for correcting me. I mean, I actually really enjoyed the
还要伤害吗？
season, the ending, but season 3 is where it's at. I think a lot of people like rated the last season the highest because I think it's like the closing of it and whatever. But like season 3 was peak. You know what? It's because I loved Erwin. I think Erwin might be my favorite character in Attack on Titan. My God. Wait, and the KO player? Wait, was that the KO player that died?
这阵容真的强度
That wasn't the ghost. He actually killed the real player.
没办法，路线二不了。但还可以。
Part 2, yeah, part 2 was, I mean, okay, the worm, the whole like king turning into worm thing was a little bit over the top. That was season 3, right? But like,
双泰坦卡
man, it was awesome.
超级粉丝的维尔格，他现在是有5个40层的泰坦。
Oh, it was the KO. KO went third. Basically, when they introduced Kenny, that's when the show started getting awesome.
哎，我感觉应该
If you guys don't know what the hell I'm talking about, we're just weebing out about
一发就被炸死了，没有恶心。
Attack on Titan. Basically, like
我这 ED 可以跳来这边。
basically like Attack on Titan was like flawless for like a period of like 40 episodes and then became kind of like mainstream for a long time, and we might not have a culturally relevant anime that's so widespread like Attack on Titan for a long time. Like people can be like, well, like okay, like Jujutsu Kaisen or something like that could be like really good, but I mean, the amount of actual like global impact that show had was was incredible. It was actually like ridiculous how hype it was. It was so good for so long,
所以他的维尔格
and it didn't keep it up, but like you know, it's still a good show.
然后对面的
Okay, last game that was pretty cool, but I mean, yeah,
对没有单点就只能
Heartsteel, Pentakill.
就有点难。
Jujutsu Kaisen is kind of overrated. Oh my gosh.
因为吸血明星跟治愈力
I agree. I actually think that okay, because the thing is,
斗士都还
dude, you don't understand.
加射手就打不赢。
During season 2, I got badgered nonstop by Precedent and Soju to watch it. Because every day, it was like I woke up.
威可 CC 现在
It wasn't every day. It was like every other day. Every other day, I woke up and Precedent was like, I'm Sukuna. And Soju's like, LMFAO. No, wait, I'm Sukuna. And then Precedent's like, no, I'm Sukuna. And that was their conversation for weeks. That's all it was. No. I'm Sukuna. LMFA, no, ain't no way. I'm Sukuna. And that's all they say. I'm like, are these guys on a recording loop? I don't get it. that's just their conversation. Back and forth.
单位跟
And I was like, what are you guys talking about?
看有没有人要摆幕。没有人要摆幕。
And Soju started pestering. He was like, you have to watch Jujutsu Kaisen season 2. You have to watch it. It's amazing. It's so good. And so I was like, okay, I'll like wait for it to finish because I like to binge watch, as you guys know. I like to like put a string of things together. and I finally watched it, and it was hype. Don't get me wrong. The bathroom fight scene, amazing. Unit accelerator, thank you, Wawa. Bathroom fight scene, amazing.
有这种说法。
我自己觉得啦，看起来比较
And there's some really great moments.
这理心
I love a lot of the characters, right? I think Toto is like, you know, the whole bruzza is like so great. But like,
该抽了吧？
I don't feel like it was actually as amazing as they were hyping it up to be. I just feel like it was just one giant Sakuga fest.
哦，他直接拿哦抓慢。
And also, I heard about all the terrible news with Mappa overworking their workers. If you guys don't know, the anime industry is like plagued with overworking their animators and stuff like that. It's like
装备
pretty bad.
腰带
And what makes it extra ironic is that there are studios starting from disgruntled employees who are like trying to get away from that culture. They're like, we're gonna start our own thing and go, you know, start our own studio. And then lo and behold, guess what happens? It's just part of it.
可以，有
So yeah.
第二天应该马上就可以
it's just sad because like that's like how they start, right? They're banding over, they're like trying to unite. It's almost like people got fired from Riot were like, yeah, Riot was terrible condition. I'm not saying this is what happened, but it'd be the equivalent of Riot's like, yeah, those conditions were terrible. Let's go start our own company and then have terrible conditions as well. Okay, so we have unit accelerators, so a lot of melees are really good. Inspiring Epitaph or Buried Treasures. Buried Treasures is just good to get things going. Plus he has Urgot pair, so he probably wants to make a Urgot as soon as possible. Oh, you should watch Attack on Titan as your first anime if you can stomach really sad stories. It's like if you don't really like the HBO type of like shock type of stuff, then I would be careful about that. Some people are really sensitive to that. Twin Terror, belt, vest, and a bow. Gotta make gold here. Yeah, Twin Terror, like, at this point, I think most people understand that you play executioners with it, but I feel like Twin Terror is so open-ended that people can play, like, anything with it. Someone suggested Olaf. I think that makes sense. You could probably play, like, Twin Terror with, things like that. Like, you could probably play Twin Terror... Okay, I don't think Yasuo, because you kind of want one Yasuo to get all the stacks, right? You don't want to, like, split it up. About like Annie. Annie likes attack speed, right? Could you play Twin Terror Annie? I mean, because Annie likes things like pumping up. I don't know, actually. You know what? The more I think about it, one cost maybe not be it. But you could probably play with a bunch of different kind of 2s and 3 costs. It's one of the biggest areas of exploration in the meta for sure. Have you watched One Piece? Not yet. I need to. It's on our list of things right now. We're still going through the latest seasons of we. So I just introduced my wife to Mob Psycho, and she loves it. So we're going through that right now. And then I found out my sister-in-law who's living with us never watched Haikyuu, so we have to go through that. After we go through that, we can go back to the other stuff. I want to watch Freeran. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's gotten really good stuff, and I have to go through Vinland Saga. I think those are 2 I want to watch from last year. But it's on my list to do. It's on my list. Gargantuan Resolve, double Titans, but like no Olafs. I mean, if anything we've learned is we can go Gargantuan Resolve into like nice, we got 2. We can go Gargantuan Resolve into like Akali or Viegos. What do you think of Attack on Titan ending? I thought it was actually not that bad. A lot of people hyped it up to be like, or not hyped it up, but they said it was like terrible. A lot of manga readers were like, man, it was awful. And I watched, and I purposely avoided it because I usually go ahead and like read it when everyone's like, oh, it's terrible. And then I watched it, and I was like, it wasn't that bad. I don't get why it was so bad. And then I found out it was because they changed some things from the manga. I'm like, well, okay, I can't get mad at that. They made it better. That's great. Mob Psycho's the perfect anime. It's really good. I described it as like Rick and Morty for anime nerds. Because she was like, why should I watch Mob Psycho? I was like, if you like Rick and Morty, you might like Mob Psycho. It's just like a bunch of shenanigans happening with like in that kind of dynamic. Except Rick is except the power dynamic is switched. Instead of Morty's like is Rick in this situation. It's an insult to mobs. Like, nah, I mean it in a positive way. I'm trying to help people who don't understand the show to onboard onto it. Like, why should they watch it? These days, content is so competitive. You need to convince people like why it's worth their time. So if you try to relay something to it, it helps them understand. Okay, we have 6 Annies. Last time we saw Annie reroll, I think he did pretty well. It got like 3rd. So Annie reroll is still very reliable. You just can't really force it. The thing about Annie is that if you're playing Shojin on her, she caps a lot lower than blue buff. I'm pretty sure every Spellweaver Biss is blue buff, Nashers, and like +1. Because they all charge the same weight. They have low mana pool and they all ramp AP, so you just give them like a bunch of AP. But you kind of feel like you have to slam Shojin for the Karthus setup. This is like the biggest This is the biggest thing about your tier items. If you're playing AP, a lot of times you feel like you slam Shojin to keep Karthus open, but and also because you rarely get double tier to start things off. But it caps lower if you're playing like the Spellweaver Ari line.
这么强，对面40层。
Freeman is a banger, but if you speak German, it gets kind of cringe. Oh, I could see that.
前面乌尔加特2，我感觉什么可能3至5才会输。
Anime is kind of cringe in your native language, almost no matter what.
的话，你遇到有可能输，但没有人读
Because no one actually talks like that.
还是天使哦，因为来天使。哦，
这个就是你讲的阵容哎。
他天使很多，不是他4等5张天使哎，比他刚刚那个4阶段还多张哎。
Don't learn too much about history to avoid Vinland Saga spoilers. All right, sounds good.
稳到不能再稳，
稳到不能再稳。OK。
他那个强度是很高的。
Another KO reroller? You know what?
海面也是很漂亮。
但他假如要玩双一孔雀的话，其实
You guys think KO reroll is like
因为
the top of A tier? Like kind of like there should be almost one person playing KO reroll every little lobby. Like that's kind of what's going on here. Out of the 6 games, I think 4 people have or 4 KO's been played 4 times.
就4个位置，然后纳尔嘛开一张纳尔就是5个位置了。
It's the same player. Oh, it's Rabbit Chan.
其实不太
She's rerolling it again. Good for her.
这边已经选择把超粉都卖了。看一下吊装能不能再给他一把。
Oh, it's the German names. Got it. I actually know a little bit of German. I know a little bit of German.
看是不是要去玩嘟噜这一套，还是瑟拉芬尼？
Und bitte.
哎，他把他的安妮又卖了。
对，
哎，他是刚刚那一家安妮吗？他怎么卖了？
哎，对，治愈赢球，他是刚刚那家安妮没有错。
King's rerolls OP? Not really. Did you watch Bleach? I mean, a long time ago.
然后
I stopped. Okay, Bleach stopped being good after the Soul Society arc, but apparently 1,000-Year War is actually pretty good.
卖的吗？这安妮？
6张还是
Also, the Espada was badass.
我只要来躲拉。
Okay, 8 Olafs. We're rolling to 0. That can't be good.
哦，终于有
We're rolling to like not hard 0, but like it feels like hard 0. Was it that crucial? I guess 66 HP. You're trying to tempo with Olaf. Olaf's supposed to win stage 2. That's what makes Olaf really good. Olaf is the reincarnation of Cho'Gath. You're supposed to be able to play Olaf 2 and win stage 2. That's what Cho'Gath did last set, if you guys remember. You played Bruisers, you played Cho'Gath, you streak stage 2, and you're able to like continue that momentum and like either taper off to a guaranteed top 4 or or win if like you go high roll, right? You play like Cassio 3. He's not even selling to make 10 gold. Is he playing a no econ? No, he's playing Gargantuan Resolve. Twin Terror Olaf 3? Hold on a second. Twin Terror Olaf, you can just pick it right here. You just get Twin Terror Olaf 3 out of nowhere. Yes. Yes. Oh, wait a second. I'm so happy now. What the heck? He just actually spiked like crazy. Oh, amazing. Yeah, you get it after the fact. You get it after the fact.
满勇的话，6满勇就
反正他分数已经稳晋级了，
也是
这把想怎么玩就怎么玩。
哇，小熊花
Man.
新恐惧。
Okay. Wait a second. I'm on board. I am on board.
法爆，可能没有其他更好的选择。
这个看到人家选光装选的这么顺，光法爆也还蛮好的了。
还不错，但天使其实最好还是。
Mossy and Raptor added another emote. Follow.
就是法爆虽然痛，但
It's just Olaf with the XD. All right, you guys. All right. BT on Olaf. You don't really want BT. He already has a lot of healing. Instead, you want to add in more things that will scale his stats. Like the reason why Titans is good on him is because he utilizes that Titans to basically like replicate BT but give you more things than what BT has to offer. So
抽的有点干。
you'd rather have it.
假如他是调到3星，那他可能上8上局去找约瑞克2那种。
Kubo's working on the anime production to fix his rushed ending for the 1,000-year book. He, I feel like he's rushed every ending of every arc of that series after Soul Society, but we'll see. From what I heard though, I think it was like he didn't even want to continue the series, but it became so popular he had to. So like, yeah, I don't know. What services? This is Taiwan, Hong Kong, and Macau. What about Warmogs? Not really. You don't need Warmogs on him because he has so much HP through bruisers. You'd rather have it made up through augments and traits. So you'd rather just have like other stats that you don't have. Remember in TFT, in general, when you're trying to optimize, you want to multiply different parts of the formula together instead of add the same thing. So if you have a lot of HP, you want to make that HP more valuable by getting resistances and damage reduction. If you have a lot of AD, you want more attack speed and crit, things like that. So if you have a lot of HP, yeah, you could try to like do a power fantasy of winning through like overwhelming amount of HP, but you want to get more multiplicative value by adding different stats to the formula. If you have like A times B times C and you just keep adding more A, you get more effect by adding B and C. Jewelers 3. Oh, if he finds Headliner Vex, he's one off. No. If he finds Headliner Vex, he has it. Interesting. So we have Vex. Just with the red buff, Vex is still really effective. Vex is really good with the red buff. That's what makes Vex so versatile. She can use so many different types of items and crank out the damage. Something should just end when they're good. Kind of sad to see a state of a few TV shows are in due to showrunners just forcing more seasons. You're just describing American television. One thing I've always respected about like British television is that they just end things. It is what it is. Five country blue buff Katarina. This has to be temporary, right? Gargantuan, Resolve, Double Titans, Twin Terror 3, Olaf with Quicksilver. Dude. Oh my god, you see that? Watch this Olaf, and he like steps forward. Oh, the animation of like the river sprite going towards his oh man, it was wow, that was a little suggestive, man. Come on, this is a family friendly show. The pelvic thrust, my god. Have you seen Succession? I've heard so much hype about Succession. Actually, I've heard so much hype about it. I don't. It's on my list of things to maybe watch. It's on HBO, right? There's a lot of shows like that I've been meaning to watch. I mean, I have yet to even go through my backlog of other things. I'm in a really good predicament where if I were like bedridden and hospitalized, I have like 50 amazing shows to watch. So yeah, there's a lot of different things I need to get to, and Succession's on that list apparently. Executioners. So if he plays Executioners, he can play for the 4 Executioner country variant. Like he can play this for now. Oh, but someone else is playing Twin Terror, right? Okay, I can see this then. But like the way you play this variant is you play 4 Executioners and you play Vex plus Karthus, and then you play or Vex and Twitch. And you play 4 Executioners, Samira, Vex. But given that Executioner is contested, maybe he doesn't do that.
现在剩怀疑小熊在烧哦。
Recon Bob.
可惜啊，他讲
Come on.
他
Come on.
如果有 all in 上面拉3线，现在就是哎呦，
直接赢下。
You know you wanna.
后悔了。
You know you wanna. He's rolling the other options.
精彩局都已经忘记了，大家要特别记啊，精彩局还
哦
有重整装置哦。
他还是重整的。
Wait, is this good? Ezreal 2. That's not bad. Double Ari.
怎么觉得好像变得不太好？
TF. It's workable.
还可以有蓝爸爸
Workable. Honestly, Ezreal 2 is pretty good.
好像也有。
And we have a Viego. Our front line's really bad.
那是我
这边
看歪了。
来一张波比，
Honestly, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Not that bad. He doesn't have a headliner. He could roll for a headliner.
转金刚不会吧？
Sells the Ari. Dude, you have 2 magnetic removers.
还不错啊。
我第一眼还看歪了，这个真的是。
I guess he knows he's never going to play around Ari, but surely for like 1 round, he can just play Ari 2.
这边就只是
I wouldn't mind playing double Ari 2.
他现在还是没有主秀的哦，所以他可以去抽
Maybe you can hit the stage 5-2 Twin Terror.
这个判断也是蛮。
Lucian's good too, for sure.
看到自己场面上是有2个3星，对，2星3呐，就直接转。
Why Quicksilver instead of BT on Olaf? Because you don't want Olaf to. You want Olaf to rack up the Twin Terror and not get stunned. The enemy of Olaf is CC because then he can't heal back up. Olaf wants to take damage, but he also wants to attack. So if he takes damage and he can't attack, then he doesn't do anything.
没有浪啊。
He literally doesn't do anything.
这里要看怀疑熊到手上到底有几张电视，他那边也有可能是开双星。哦，小右的话是直接阿木姆3了，4-3。这边2
对，
张而已
这边也。是2张天使。
Oh, solo frontline. Okay, I like that. Solo frontline Olaf.
套路吧，单位加速器巨兽决议。
Wait, it's actually really, really fun.
感觉就只是欧拉夫多就完了。
也是啊。所以目前是只开4蛮勇的。9等开6，其实他之后也是可以。
Why is Raptor doing housekeeping? Because we have a lot of emos from previous sets. Like Zaya is not even in the set.
前的
So like, why do we even need?
对他来说，因为他刚好插个
Why do we even need that?
他要吸血枪，哦，天使吸血枪更好。
We're just cleaning up a bunch of stuff.
2张天使，
这种情况真的
125.
滑到那个心思。
Combat caster, indomitable will. Okay. Jewel Lotus 3 is becoming really, really powerful right now because so many people having flat stat stacking. Then we have Wellness Trust, Binary Airdrop. Okay. There's the Recon Bot player. He hit Zed? No way! The Recon Bot player Recon Bobbed into Ezreal and then hit Chosen Zed and has an Edge of Night. What? No way. That is crazy.
是有一点点危险的哦，所以
We're still stuck on 7 KLs.
感觉这波得抽出来。不抽吗？
沉得住气耶。
好稳哦。
I'm excited to see if the meta evolves tomorrow because I think if the Twin Terror Olaf player does better, that means that there's more to be discovered. Oh no, the Zed wrapped. Oh god, the Zed's between the KLs. Oh man, the Zeds are just gonna destroy. Wait, why did he aggro the other way? What? Okay, it worked out, but that was crazy.
最后一波
How can you be so close and you just walk away to the other direction?
这时候是第一排啦，但是比较后面的。
My Zed's in solo queue, right? My teammates in solo queue. The carries are right there. He's just chasing one target.
真的得抽了。
只能说老八会有点危险。
妈，天使
You get a second copy from Twin Terror when I already have 3-star? Yes, yes. So you could have like a 3-star unit, take Twin Terror, and you get a 2-star copy of it.
40块，一张都没有。
They changed that a couple sets ago.
一张都没有，不可能。
Forgot one.
一张都没有，哎，真的一张都没有。哇，
老八找到了。
Oh my god, we didn't even get close. We have 7 KOs, or she has 7 KOs.
跳的不止
No, Rabbit-chan.
2阶段就已经5张天使了，
This is so sad.
过了大概10个回合，好像倒了。对面是凯特人加路西恩，
Guys, Radiant Archangels
前面的看赢还是
on the
先直接突入到后排，
on the cane.
天使
Despairs.
哇，那
Sag.
真的要看一下其他人脸色咯，是有可能掉出前32。
Like she got close, but not really. 7 Rs or 7 KOs is not actually that close.
24是肯定不够。
Double death cap Ari Warriors. It's not even Ari Warrior because you're playing Ari Headliner.
等等再看一下。
Also, what is this? What is this profile picture in the bottom right? Is that like Irelia or something like that?
也有传说守望者阿里其实又可以玩的，是比较少看到一点点啊。
Oh, it's Shaco? Dude, how am I supposed to know, man?
这里剩13。
I don't know. Like it looked like a bunch of like things. Like I tell Irelia through like the crazy stuff behind her usually.
先低
It's Shaco. Okay.
没看到。
I'm sorry, man. I don't know. League lore is very confusing to me. And it's about to get worse because they're gonna release more champions and we don't have Legends of Runeterra, the game, to support developing the actual story of Runeterra. We have to wait for Arcane Season 2. And who knows what happens after that. Okay, so we're not solo frontlining Olaf anymore. We're duo frontlining. That's probably because that Olaf may have gotten one fight where he took a little bit too much aggression.
拉布了，没有足够的单点伤害了。
And here we go, Olaf. Man, he's really putting his back into it.
感觉挖哥会觉得玩这个很强。
Dude, what is this?
头劈的速度。
Holy crap. Oh my god. Okay, you know what? If I get Twin Terror, I'm just going to play. And if I have remotely a decent Olaf spot, I might just try to force it today.
从这个 freestyle 真的是。
My god.
这边看一下，这家是
This guy trying to play Ezreal Zed without Recombobulator. Classic mistake.
他的毅力已经被重整出来了。
In hindsight, the Recombob was actually quite good.
另外一家的
Okay, Twitch finally, the Twin Terror player finally hit Twitch 3.
但是没有归属。
And Vex 3. That's a really big deal. Lucian 2 with Binary? Wait a second. Everyone just got so strong.
273一波抽到，
He just got really, really strong.
应该是保证有
哦，
分了。
这家很危险的。
Mirror.
啊，遇到大哥。
The Kiana on the Mordekaiser can be a big deal.
对面基本上没有前排，有机会。
Okay, no, she dies pretty fast. He got Rudens! He got Rudens on the Binary on Lucian.
直接被扫。
That's actually insane.
直接飞到路线旁边，一个
Wait, where's he aiming?
烂啊，
神
路线
界大战。
Oh, okay, he's living, he's living, he's living. Also, one thing really exciting, if you guys haven't seen it yet, this set is a full health Z2 versus a full health Z2, fully itemized.
他的名字
Same traits and same power level. It's actually incredible. If you guys ever watched that fight, this set, it goes ridiculous. It's almost a straight up reenactment of Faker versus Ryu from LCK.
主秀是天使，太惨了吧？
You just can't tell what's gonna happen.
这样子，为什么这个人5之3，然后主秀是个天使？
That might be my favorite champion interaction in this set.
我一铲还有一铲铲。
哇，他应该要输了。刚好对面的
3-star Mumu, 3-star Vex, 3-star Twitch, but Twitch is naked.
你如果过攀升的话，
Riven's on the back line. Nope. She has to get past this Pantheon first, and then she'll turn around.
攀升到
Big time stun. No Quicksilver. She has no Quicksilver. Oh, she got stunned again.
城砍掉了，
She cast again?
不回来。
Ooh.
不行啊
No, it's not enough. Not enough. Not enough. She can't heal. She can't heal this. No. Oh, pretty close.
还是不行。阿木
Yeah, Riven just struggles a little bit.
第六，
Zed player's alive.
第五，孔明
Edge of Night.
是哦
He doesn't have a slot.
这边看一下选秀有杀无赦
So that Riven shows you why Quicksilver is important. If you are an auto attack dependent champion, Quicksilver is really important.
五杀，然后再加上六蛮勇，
欢小小好像刚被断了，他原本
Can they make a whole cinematic universe already?
一直被小右断。
I mean, they're trying to.
哦开
I'm pretty sure Riot's master plan, like if you like went to the vaults and looked it up. Wait, this guy just gets 2 items for binary. Amazing.
莫名其妙被重整。
I think the master plan is just for Riot to become Disney. I think that's like what they want.
前世已经很
They just want to eventually become Disney.
最少
He's completing all of his items from Scrappy Inventions. Interesting.
28，还
I think they'd rather just make a bunch of media that every now and then makes a game that can sell a lot of copies.
遇到北欧
Olaf 3 versus the Zed.
可以哦，最佳装备。
Nope.
哎
Olaf. But Olaf's stuck walking. He's not healing. He's not healing. Okay, now he is.
好妖力，
Oh my god, it's so close. Wow. Wow. That even though there's a lot of HP on the board, you guys know how close that could be. That was just a KO too.
超好的。
He could have easily got
一折大，然后再
out damaged by everything else.
露西恩要求的。
Man, I think if he repositioned, I think the diff is literally if Lucian was here in the bottom right, focusing on the Olaf. Because I think if the Lucian contributed earlier, and he also had Ezreal too, obviously, but if he had Lucian here, all three attacking this Olaf, he would have died. I think he would have won that fight. I think it's a very small but subtle positioning diff.
哎，欧拉夫走位走得很快，哇，他躲过一折大，
没关系，那个
好
路线
妖力
叠。起来了。
Also, even Shroud, yeah, you're right. Even Shroud would have made a difference too. It's actually like really subtle, like a lot of small subtle
Yeah.
things.
You didn't see that, right? No way he saw that.
All the small little subtle things would have won the fight.
这太可怕了。
Hey, Lelouch, thank you for the raid, man. we're almost done with our tournament games. We're probably gonna play ladder after this, but
他的三星啊，木木跟他的三星维可斯。
thank you for the raid, buddy.
六守护还真的
Are you ready for GSC next week? Wait, is it next week or is it the week after? I think is the qualifiers next week? I forgot. I don't have 100% knowledge of EU or EMEA. If you think about what 0.5 of Olaf being alive would do, it was close. Yeah, exactly. Look, okay, if you guys are just tuning in, look at this. Look at this tech. Gargantua Resolve hits Olaf 3, takes Twin Terror Olaf 3 into right now what looks like to be a win out.
欧拉夫又是直接砍到后排，从右侧直接摸后排。
This Olaf 3 is amazing. I'm pretty sure Twin Terror Olaf has to be really good. Like, this is not just a fluke.
连分身都打不赢。
Was he getting sunfired? The Olaf? I don't remember.
是真的。我感觉
You definitely want anti-heal.
跟巨兽决议又把它往上抬了一层，
Do you think this is the best skin for which unit?
不错。
然后这家等等感觉要开，还是他应该要抽了吧？因为他前排太烂了。就是我觉得他这个解可以走了，其实他已经不需要这个解，他等等应该是要他现在9等嘛，他应该要去找天选。
On 29th, we play qualifier 2.
大妈这种牌，他已经
Okay,
不
cool.
缺伤害
Cool.
他已经有路线了嘛，他现在应该是要找那前排的坦度才对。我觉得这个节组，我是觉得可以不用。鬼锁路线，选鬼锁。
To be fair, these boards are not very capped. I mean, yeah, but that's part of it is because like a lot of people are taking a lot of damage.
很少看到有特别去选这件装的，
If you solo frontline Olaf
也没什么。
and Olaf isn't dying, he's killing everything, chances are you're taking full damage in a lot of these rounds. There's a lot of aggression. So it's harder to cap when the lobby's so aggressive. There's a little bit of element of that too.
只是他路线可能会配，路线配鬼锁会强。
Unit accelerator diff? Oh, you know what? Unit accelerator could also be part of it too. The movement speed and the attack speed is not irrelevant.
选择抽前排新等最高的是新的盖楼
Oh my gosh.
欧拉夫砍，
Dude, this Olaf is nutty.
欧拉夫跟
He just keeps going.
直接打到后面，
Oh my gosh, he refuses to die.
剩下小右也还继续连胜，
卖了，终于卖了，是真要卖了，不是因为为什么要卖？原因是因为他血很多，他一定有。
I think my cat wants food. I'm gonna feed her after this.
心目中理想的天选，就血真的蛮多的，他就很多回合可以找，就那张姐已经帮他
Hey, Tom.
这把游戏了，你一定要去拼那个2%的天主秀。波比其实也是个好东西，反而说波比这种角色还比较扛得住。
Move speed on Olaf is pretty huge. Yeah. I think in general melee really wants move speed.
看一下这里是打三星威克
On set, oh, I think the set skin is really great.
但对面其实很硬的，因为
I
对
think
面
the set skin is really great.
有点硬。
那个盾超厚的，那盾可能2000多血以上吧，完全打不动。一折
Ezreal 2 is in the face of Vex.
这么帅的
Oh, Vex died, but no, we're not able to cap really high. Our front line is like still pretty bad.
又学了一套，六守护真的很少见。
This Olaf player has not really lost since 6 bruiser, 3 pentakill.
斗三杀
He's just playing double KO, by the way. Look at the KO backline. Rageblade, Last Whisper. That's funny. Last Whisper to Shred.
踢的算很差了。
I feel inspired.
不到10块钱。
I feel inspired to take Twin Terror and play Twin Terror every comp.
绿茶，你还说他这不可能？
还没打完
哦，
啊！
好，对不起，还没打完。
还没打
He even got a pentakill emblem, I just realized. I was like, who's his third pentakill if he's playing double Olaf, double KO?
哎呦，
要北伐啦！
北伐了，可以了。大家打6守护，到底敲不敲得动？
I'm curious as to why I stopped seeing Riven Yone when people said the nerfs aren't so big. There's a couple things. One,
不可能，
the nerfs are bigger than people gave it credit for. Like Riven's nerf was pretty big. But two, it's like it could be a combination of just people are like tired of playing the comp. It could just be a popularity issue, like people don't want to play it very much. Or it could just be like, you know, random like just like a sample size thing. Like you just end up seeing a set of games where it's actually more prevalent and popular than
啊，另外一家居然也输了
hello.
啊！
还有一个5杀转。
Also, I think the headliner bug is really problematic in general. For
小熊真的要花式吃鸡嘞！
or not the headliner, but the headliner change, excuse me, is going to make it so hitting a specific headliner is hard. Sorry, my cat's distracting me.
直接站在最中间，然后让全场集火，然后把对面的这个阿木木砍死。
好猛啊！
I think everyone's supposed to play 80 flex. Yeah, exactly. I think people just gravitate towards what they think is like good, and a lot of people like want to play 80 flex. 80 flex is fun, it's effective, and it's like it caps really high. Like I don't know. People are calling it a disease that people have like a 80.
打手
They have like the heart steal disease.
好像没有什么提升啊，有一个突击3。
Okay, Olaf.
巨杀有作用，这次阿木木好像有撑比较久哦。
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What the heck? Dude, like Olaf is the comp. Like he's not playing any other carry. A lot of times with Olaf, you have to play a secondary carry. But this guy is actually solo carrying the Olaf.
天顶不住哎，怎么办？
Usually you play like Olaf plus a Karthus, or you play it with like another reliable secondary carry. But his secondary carry is a Kale too. Is this some real tech? Probably. I mean, I'm looking at this right now. I'm just thinking it's actually got to be good.
没想到
4个月这么快吗？
哦，他已经蹲完了。
中万了，这么快？
我觉得他进去蹲反而变怎么办？
对，他其实
All right, the final fights. He's on a 6 streak, by the way. He's going up against 80 flex, capped heartsteel stuff. He's going up against 6 executioner, Vex 3.
这次是没有直接砍阿木木，阿木木是比较慢。
And he's just chugging along. Ascension kicks in.
的影响哦，有预炫到了，已经过了那个。
He just does not give a fuck. This guy's a total honey badger. This Olaf is a total honey badger. He just does not care like whoever's targeting him. He just man modes everything. Holy moly.
恐惧欧拉夫，
He just goes straight to 9. Doesn't even bother rolling for anything else. Yeah, he doesn't even roll for KO3. He just goes straight to 9 and wins.
可能抽比较不好。
No DPS to kill Olaf. He actually has a really high DPS composition. He has actually... The opponent has Executioner Vex 3. That is some of the highest DPS that there's available in terms of a reroll composition. And to say that he doesn't have the DPS to kill Olaf is a really big compliment to that Olaf.
对，哇，那真的恭喜怀雄，他这个是保证晋级，原本就分数第1，然后现在又吃鸡。
应该是第1晋级这样子讲，对
啊
吧？，
对对对对，
29分再加8，37分晋级。
而且我看他之前的分数，我记得是没有前3之外
没有，。应该是没有低于前3过。
对，
He has high burst, not DPS. Burst is part of DPS. DPS is just your calculation for it. But
用刷麦机制来解决这版本
whatever tangent.
老八这样应该
All right.
没办法晋级。
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. That is the end of this competition. I think when we come back, we'll probably play some games because we don't have China LCQ today, unfortunately.
他的头像
Unless you guys want to watch the old patch. You guys want to watch the old patch, 14.1? Disco. Do you guys miss Twisted Fate?
漂亮的回忆也是吃鸡哦。那你家主事留给你，也是我们战场蛮常看到的成功吃鸡。Wacky 有再追一把回来，第3名。其他的部分，黑大大跟花轮，他弟黑轮，只是分别2-3跟 Terry。哇，这一组虽然是很艰难，但是大家比较熟知的这个面孔分数都有上来。比较可惜是小鹿是第6名的一个位置哦。看完这几个拉比之后呢，我们就要来看总分了。到底谁可以进前32？
揭晓，第1名怀雄44分
，44分，6场40，满分也才48，
有点厉害。
他6场只掉4分的，这什么鬼啊？
哦，其实水位还是都是28，其实每次大概都是28。
哦
，28就是个门槛。
我们原本第5场看的时候，水位感觉是偏低，因为23，但最后还是起来。战旗孔明咖最后也有拉回来哦，成功的晋级到明天的比赛。兔子奖虽然这一场老8，但也没有关系哦，有29分，有成功晋级。果然凯尔还是很有实力的。那其他的部分我们还是从前面开始看。捏你小屁屁，哇，这位真的很厉害，他是昨天海选分数最高的，今天又是第2名。这位新秀真的大家要特别去注意了。Alex Wu，跟这个李卓轩，我弟超人 Louis，Wanna Sleep，Heart Seeker。瓦华98，哇，昨天海选表现很好的，今天表现依然很好。
基本上强的都还是晋级了，就像是黑大大、Terry、摘星女人、怀一雄，还有很多的新秀也都晋级，像 Olen 也晋级了。Olen 今天也是打得很好。
看你的台怎么会不晋级？
那当然喽。
哇，这个教学教了这么多场，一定的，一定的。
对，那就是可能后32位的玩家也就不用气馁，就可能要准备 S11。跟我
Alrighty。
我以为你要说还有天梯，但天梯现在确实比较难了，因为之前已经积过很多分了啦。
44 points in 6 games. The max is what, 48? 6 times 8, 48.
比赛哦，也是跟大家提醒一下，就要看天梯的比赛怎么样了。还是很感谢
You and Nathan on day 1. Nice job. Nice job, Wawa. All right. Thanks for helping out with the portals and stuff like that. Okay, so that concludes this portion of the stream. So we're done watching day 1. I think this is really fun. Tomorrow, the next day's competition starts in let's see, 2 a.m. Right now it's 5 p.m. So in about 9 hours. So if you're like, oh, I want to watch day 2, they're gonna start here. And also people who ask for the link, I'll just link it here in both chats. All right. As for now, I'm gonna play some ladder games because we are supposed to be watching China LCQ, but China LCQ is playing on the previous patch, and I don't think you guys want to watch previous patch, right? It's sad because I think I always love watching China, but if they're playing the old patch, see they're playing 14.1, like it just like sucks a lot of the enthusiasm out because people don't want to see old metas. We could also watch LATAM qualifiers if you want. Technically, they had their closed qualifier, Latin America South, but I don't know where the main broadcast is. I don't even know if there is one. And it's still going on, so I like to watch the VODs of it. But yeah. Do you see Tanner's tweet? Oh, I did not. Oh, also, by the way, I thought about tweeting this out before we go to Tanner's Twitter. In the LATAM qualifier, do you guys know two people in the lobby at lobby 10? I was skimming the scores and I saw that there was a lobby that had Setsuko and K3 Soju 1. I was like, what? And then it turns out that these guys changed their names to Setsuko hashtag KCB and K3 Soju hashtag furry. But I was like, I probably won't tweet it, but it's pretty